Covering all your sports info. You step in and stand clear.
Let's go. Don't stop.
You got Super Dave, Coach Kirk, and Todd the Magnificent.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio, where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
All right, good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon, everyone. We are live. It is Monday, February 24th, 2025. It is Super Dave. Shout out to Coach Kurt, who's not here. Serge, the sports star.
What's happening?
Slick the Relic.
The living fossil.
G Money in the building. Welcome back, Todd the Magnificent.
Back in the building, ready to go.
All right.
I was looking for you, Kurt. I was coming at you today.
Shout out to Coach Kurt on assignment.
What's up, G?
Let's get it cracking. So, again, get ready to end February. Time keeps marching on.
Fast month, boy.
Basketball in full effect. Next thing you know is March Madness.
Yeah.
And we got spring training, and baseball is in full bliss. How we say that?
What's that?
Baseball.
What's
Baseball.
That? What's that?
All right. So what's going on? Let's start off with Sports Star. Talk to us.
So I'm gonna make sure I don't forget this time. So first thing before I say anything, I just want to give my RIPs to Roberta Flack and Jerry Butler, who both passed away this week. Two legends of soul music, two of my favorite people of all time as far as singers are concerned. And I just want to say that weekend was good. Atlantic City wasn't so great, but that is what it is.
A happy belated birthday again.
Thank you.
When was your birthday?
February 15th.
Oh, man, happy birthday. I didn't even know. No, happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you.
Definitely gave me a shout out.
G Money in the building. Talk to us, G.
Everything is good. Weekend was quiet. No complaints. Just here, one day at a time.
All right, we back. Magnificent. Talk about it.
Like we in recovery. Man, my bad.
All right, Magnificent.
All is good, man. It's good to be back.
Welcome
It's good to be back. I had a blessed weekend as always. And it's good to be. I missed the guys, man. I definitely missed y'all. I was ready to go come at coach today, but I guess I gotta go back to Mungo. I was gonna give him the day off, but I gotta go back at him now.
Okay, the living fossil. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, once again, my son's birthday was last week Tuesday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Okay. All right. So,
And what about you?
I'm gonna get at it. It's been, one of those, like, I guess the first week or the first weeks of the year, it was nonstop Knick game every Monday. So
Yeah, we know.
they lightened up off the pedal, no doubt. And
Boy, did they.
yeah, so the next game is Wednesday. They needed a break, and they got one. All right, after start the second half of the season, you struggle against Chicago, and then you politely went and commenced to getting your butt whipped by Cleveland and by Boston. So now you got 2 days to heal, and maybe you could heal playing.
Who they play on Wednesday?
Philadelphia.
Oh, that should be a win.
It should be a win.
It's gonna be a
then
win.
you get geared up and you go to Memphis, and I think they're gonna be licking their chops, looking to get a little revenge, because one of the Monday games, they was the recipient of being lumped up at the Garden. So I believe that Memphis is laying for them. So
Memphis got a tough team.
yeah, they got a tough team, and then back to that, it'll be Miami on Sunday, and then they in Miami on Sunday, and then Tuesday, thank goodness, they got Golden State at the Garden, so I can make that without cutting out. So all right, so I'm good. Monday games. I think my next Monday game is Miami against St. Patrick's Day. It's March 17th. So if anybody want to go, I know a guy got tickets. All right. So With that being said,
That's gonna be an early game, right?
7:30.
7:30.
That's
St.
normal.
Patty's Day.
Not a holiday game.
It's-
What holiday
St.
is that?
Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
You ain't
I
got
mean,
work
a day
no more.
It's a day off now.
They
It's
celebrate.
not a day off for you. You ain't at work.
They
I'm saying-
celebrate
what I'm
by
saying is
going
when
to
it's day
work
off,
and then
the
getting
games are
twisted and
That's what I'm saying.
embracing
Yeah,
their
ain't no
culture.
I'm talking about my people. I'm talking about my people.
No, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about him.
Right,
Talking about the
right.
day off, like he got to go to work. You know
No,
what I mean?
day
Like
off.
it's a scheduled holiday where you
Right.
pick the holiday.
It's not a main holiday.
He's
Right,
off.
right, it's not a main day, right? Where you got the day off for the games are early. That's what I'm saying.
He's off. So he's off. He's good. He's off.
I'm off every day.
I'm getting ready to say
There
that.
you go.
You took the words out of my mouth. You took the
Sure.
words out of my
You
mouth.
don't sound
I
like
ain't even
you
got to
off.
say it.
Well, you know, I still work. You know what I mean?
No, you don't sound like you off. You sound like you want to go back to work.
Nah, never that. Never that. I go with two middle fingers. up.
All right. So
That's a nightmare.
all right. So let's talk about the Knicks first and foremost. Let's try to get that out the way, and then we talk some NBA. Then we'll move around and talk some baseball, things of that nature. So again, I think Coach Kerr said good afternoon to the brothers. Shout
What
out
up, my
to
brother?
him.
What up, Kurt?
All right. Shout out to Billy Turner, Eric Taylor, Chef Primo, Eddie Ferguson. Right quick. So I just think, from my perspective, as Matt would always say, just in my opinion, when we started the second half of the season, I don't think they really started off on a good note. Like, so I look at it and I just don't want to dog the coach. But some of the
Thibodeau?
right, well,
Why not?
because there's a lot of blame to go out around to everybody. So
Bridges?
this is correct. If you think about it, what about the front office? I mean, you know, and I'm not a Thibodeau fan, you know, and I just think he got a ceiling that he's gonna reach, and that's gonna be it. And I don't think it's
He ain't
championship
never won a
round.
championship nowhere.
He might be at the ceiling there.
He was.
last year.
He was on the Boston staff when he was assistant coach when Doc Rivers won.
Right, assistant.
So, I mean, he did win. He's part
Not
of
as
winning
the head
coach.
coach, but as
Oh,
assistant
yeah.
coach.
But right, and then he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals with Chicago
Yes.
with Derrick Rose when Derrick Rose was really up in practice. But my thing is that
I got a question I want to ask you.
go ahead, but I mean some of it is his fault because I see the way, you know, and he tried to be flexible, but like with the way he run his starting crew, that's a problem. Bridges, he lead the team in minutes play, and he's not productive. That's a problem.
But he plays defense.
No, they say he don't break through the picks. He doesn't get to the line. He's not giving you necessarily what he wants. And if they play in defense, why they lead the league in and giving up threes and stuff like that? And I'm not just blaming him, but you got OG who play D, you got Hart who play D, but then somebody ain't playing D if you got your starting five out there, Towns and Brunson. Somebody hitting the three.
What's your question?
Yeah, what is your question?
Do the Knicks make that move to go for him
If
Jalen and Hart's not on that team?
That's a good question.
I think that's the only reason why they brought him there.
So
number three?
yes, yeah, you
Well,
absolutely
it's gonna
right.
be the four of them because that's
Oh,
before they.
DiVincenzo was there.
It was a
but
casualty of war.
I'm not even gonna go by DiVincenzo. By Hart and Jalen being there, do they bring him in?
You are absolutely right. I don't think so, but if you think about it, that's the front office.
Right.
And
that's my point.
So when I can't blame Thibodeau for that. I'm sort of, and you gave up 5 number ones.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it was all number ones. I thought
One is protected, but it's 5 number one. And
Yeah, but the protection is the what? The lottery? And when is the Knicks gonna be in the lottery? They're not a lottery team, so that might as well not say protected. 'Cause
I mean, 5 is 5.
Exactly.
yeah, it's 5 number ones, but it's 5 number ones in the 20s.
He's not worth them 5 though.
But check this out, Dave.
yeah,
Know what's up with the
I don't-
Knicks? The
Why
Knicks.
make that move? That's my
The Knicks
They want the family affair.
It's reality check. They can't beat Boston. They can't beat Cleveland. And they can't beat OKC. And those are the 3 top teams. So they're not going nowhere unless they add something else.
Newsflash, muchacho. Let me just share this with
What?
you. Detroit, if the season ends today, Detroit is a problem for them. And right. And ain't no telling that they can beat them. So and they have difficult time with Atlanta. They have difficult time with Chicago. So like that game, which Towns was hot coming back that Thursday night. He was 9 for 10 in the third quarter. All of a sudden, now here's something like startling revelation. Tim's gonna give him some rest. So when he brought him back late in the fourth quarter, they didn't establish going to him. And that game shouldn't have went to overtime, which subsequently could be excuse for why they got bludgeoned by Cleveland the next day.
Right.
On the back-to-back. Because they had to play extra 5 minutes.
Right.
So it's a lot of things going on that's a problem. But I would say front office didn't make great moves. Because, I mean, you gave up Bogdanovich and you gave up 5 number ones.
To me, it was no reason to bring him on that team. That's just my personal opinion. If anything, if you're going to do something like that, go get another big. Because you knew you was going to lose Hartenstein. It was a possibility, more than likely, and it happened. And you're bringing in another wing guy, and you had a bunch of wing guys. You didn't need him, I feel. You didn't need him. I would have protected myself by going with another big. And you knew at the end of the year that big boy Robinson was hurt. You already knew that. So you only, and this was, they brought him in before they made the cat trade, right? Is that right?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
they
needed
brought
another
him.
big. I don't know why you went to wing. I don't know why you went to get him for. I just don't understand it.
Well, Cleveland is the surprise team for this year. So you guys,
Why you said they're surprised? They played
You
well
seen they
last
was up
year.
and
Yeah,
coming.
but
they was up and
yeah,
coming.
that's what I'm saying.
They was up and coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't expect
With
them to
a
be
new coach.
Right, exactly.
I didn't expect them to be number one.
Right,
Right,
That's
the
the
new
best
coach,
record.
right. So
That's
What I
that's,
knew-
that's the
That's the
surprise.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
surprise.
That's the
But
surprise.
you've seen them up and
Yeah,
coming.
you've seen them up and coming.
You've seen them
So
up and coming.
basically, were you trying to build to compete against Boston? That's the question. You trying to build to compete against who is the
The
elite?
champion.
Right. So now Cleveland is there, and it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And they playing a different, they style of basketball with the 2 bigs and all that. It's going
Right.
to give you a problem.
Well, Cleveland's a problem, but in a perfect world, say we get past the first round, next round is Boston.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
That's what the surprise is, because you didn't expect to see them to the finals.
Right.
Right.
You just knew that Boston was going to be the top team in
Right.
the East.
Right.
But
And
Cleveland, and going back to your thing where you said the extra 5 minutes, Cleveland played Brooklyn the night before too, and they was in Brooklyn, so they both traveled to Cleveland. It wasn't like they had on rest; they was both back to back.
I
And they still
know
stomped
that,
them.
but
Right.
the plus and the minus was that the Knicks had to go that extra 5 minutes.
And that made up for 37-point loss.
It-
5
it-
minutes,
it's-
really?
I'm not searching. I'm not reaching, but
It sounds like
it's
you reaching.
contributory. It is. It's
They-
some
they got
things
stomped.
just.
They got stomped.
Yeah,
it's
they
some
didn't even
things
show up.
Just
They got stomped.
Well,
unspiral
And
apart.
how does that explain what happened yesterday? Because that game was 118-105, but it wasn't even that close.
That wasn't that close.
It wasn't. It
It
was.
wasn't even that close.
The reality is that you lost in the first quarter.
Right.
They
They
because
lost that game
never-
early.
They never caught up.
They never
So
recovered.
they was trailing. So, and well, again, it's an indictment on Thibodeau. I say the front office because maybe they didn't get the right pieces to put it together to make it work. And the players got to take responsibility. And Brunson said he owned it, but I just want to say, at times when they are moving the ball, they look good, and then
Yeah,
at
when they
times
move it around,
when they're not moving it,
they
I
watching
think Brunson
Jalen
holds the ball
create.
too
He
much.
does hold the ball too long. Holds
He
it
does
long for
too.
me.
He does too much
Well,
for them to have no big on the post, and they have everyone's on the outside. He dribbles too much.
And to that, I go back to Julius Randle and how they always dogged him because
For
that's
doing
what
the
he
same thing.
did.
they're doing the
And
same
now
thing. Right.
is
He's
Jalen
out there
Brunson.
What,
Right.
know the
And it's
difference?
still
What,
the
know the
same.
difference?
The pattern
What-
is still the
But
same.
you know what the difference
What's
is?
the difference?
Brunson scores and Randall
turn the ball over.
he be turning the ball over.
Randall scored too.
No, he do, but he turns the ball over more.
But
Running
but the
point,
difference is,
if you ran
does
into
it
him, he did.
does the game flow any better with one guy holding the ball as
No.
long it
No.
doesn't? It's the same difference.
I'm
There
gonna
really is
say
no
this.
difference.
It's up for grabs.
The
this
the
discussion.
trade that they
I
made.
can't stand that pounding.
Look,
pounding.
the
I
trade that
can't
they
stand
made
it.
for Cat, I think helped the Knicks.
Yeah, that was a
hun-
good trade for them.
They helped them 100%. But
But you need another guy.
they need shooting also because everyone is throwing up threes. Like,
Well, I think that Towns doesn't play good defense and whatnot.
That's why I say you need another big because he needs to be covered because he's not a great defensive big man.
So rumor has it once Mitch come back, like I know some people say
Yeah, so-
Mitch, like Mitch is the savior. I think Mitchell Robinson is a 20-minute player. He's gonna get in foul trouble. You might get 25 minutes out of him, and he's not gonna be chasing people out upstairs. He's gonna protect the paint.
Right.
So then, and that doesn't really make the rest of the players play better D. It might
get more-
intensify the D.
Well, I don't know about so much the defensive thing about it is you're going to get more rebounds if he's healthy and playing. You'll get more rebounds with him, so they'll be able to get more chances on fast break offensive chances. That's about to be the only upside if he comes back healthy and he can play.
Right. So
But,
shout out to Eric Wilcox. The Knicks are too small. They know they don't have length, undersized players at every position, and the performance aren't playmakers. So I mean,
Getting mushed on the back.
it is.
And it's your ball. That's what they doing.
All right. Shout out to Postel on the check-in, Michelle Hayes, Greg Erskine, Anthony Green, Darren Pringle, my cousin Sam Bannister, Desmond Malcolm.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody paying attention, tuning in, checking us out. So
I've seen a
I mean-
scenario to say this is what I don't know how true it is. You see rumors, whatever. They said they're gonna offer up what's the kid Precious and
okay.
who's the guy, can't think of what's the guy who just came back and got hurt, OG and Precious to try and with about how many first round picks they're gonna throw in there
and
for Giannis for next year. Because they said Giannis thing is he's gonna see what Milwaukee's gonna do for him, whether to stay there or not, to continue his career. If not, he wants to move on and wants to win again. So that's the move. The Knicks say they go do OG and Precious and some first rounders to try to go get him.
all right, shout out to Willie Mays.
That's a guy. If that happens, will definitely help Cat. And they get a player like that. That would definitely. Will that happen? I don't know.
That can't happen because in Mungo's world, the Nets got Giannis. He's gonna be a net next year.
You see how he was sitting over there, waiting for me to finish. You see the sir. So, what is he talking about?
So hold on.
Why would he come to why would he come to Brooklyn
Hold on.
over New York?
What I'm gonna say is this.
Woke him up.
Because now my biggest fear.
Oh, here we go.
This is serious now. That the Lakers go after him because if the Lakers get him with Doncic, right? LeBron staying.
Yeah, they said they play 4 more years.
And it'll be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So now it changes everything of what I was saying. Of course I want him there. I'll give the picks up because we're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? If we're working on trying to get in the play-in, obviously we're not getting no lottery picks. So now what do? You put them together and you go after Giannis. That's how I'm looking at it. So
you saying that's what the Nets should do?
Yes. We got 4 picks now.
You can do that. I get it. Will he okay that he don't have that what's called? They trade him. They could trade him out right to anybody.
Yeah, I don't think he has no trade.
We got the best scenario right now since we not in the lottery like we supposed to be. We got the best scenario because we got all these picks. So I can see them giving up 3. They might even give Cam Thomas up.
I got a question.
Right.
So why would he come to the Nets? Who he playing with? Why would he leave Milwaukee to come to the Nets? Who is he playing with?
We still got picks.
But who is he playing with?
You're giving them
But
picks
who
up
is
to
he
get
playing
him.
We
with?
might not give all of them up.
Forget
for
what
this year.
Milwaukee's
You know
doing.
what
What
we
would
got
make
Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson.
so the three of
We
them
got
is
Black-
Like they said, if they do that, he doesn't have a choice. He has to go because he doesn't have a no trade clause.
We got
If Milwaukee makes that move, then he got to go.
We got Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Claxton. If you're watching the games, you see they playing well. They're playing well. Giannis is a missing link right now. All right, Serge?
Yeah. That's a missing link.
And a point guard.
You're gonna need somebody else. You can't just get
Giannis and a point guard. We got Cam Thomas. We got Cam Johnson. That's a good squad right there. That squad is 50 wins right there. I'm saying it, Serge.
Yeah, they 50 wins. But they not a championship team.
It don't matter.
It do matter.
It don't matter.
What's the whole point of playing in the NBA? To win a championship. It's not to be a playoff team.
I understand that, but we're not grabbing them for 1 year. This is not a win right now. This is win. We got some years for him to be together with these guys. So as of next year, I see that as a 50-win team.
Boy, does that remind me of 3 years ago with Kevin Durant and Kyrie and James Harden. How did that work out? That worked out real lovely for us, didn't it?
So if we get Giannis and Giannis gets hurt, it's the same thing.
So
People get hurt.
They do have to stop the drug.
I just said we got everything, but my fear
They got a lot of
my fear now is the late 3 a.m. call. You know what I'm saying? You wake up and the Lakers got Giannis. That's what I'm scared of now. So we'll see how that goes.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, he's up for grabs.
But he did say that if he don't like what they're doing, that he's gonna ask to get traded.
That's right. And look, Maxey might be out there. Maxey might be out there.
Maxey already said he wants to.
Kurt asked, "Is the phone working?"
Yeah, I just pulled it up. I'm gonna see.
Yeah, Matt ready to call. Okay.
He already Maxey already said he went out of Philly.
Right. So there's going to be a few things out there that cats could go after. So we drive a point guard. We give up maybe 3 picks for this year. Or
I don't
maybe
think nobody.
Maxey is under control too. He just signed a new contract.
Yeah, he just got a big contract.
And like I was saying before, they're going to be a lottery team. And trust and believe the NBA is going to make sure that they get a top 3 pick. So you got Maxey, you got McLean, you got young players on that team that can play. You sit Embiid, let them get healthy, and get Cooper Flag or Bailey or Dylan Harper, and Maxey might change his mind.
Yeah,
I don't see Embiid at this point now. I don't see him ever being. I don't know. 80%.
Listen, if he's 80%, he's better
that's
than
all he got to
He's
be.
still good.
That's all he got to be.
I was waiting for you to say because if he's 80%, he's better than a lot of guys out there.
Right.
But
I agree with
he's
you.
like 40% right now.
Right.
You know
I
what I'm
agree
saying?
with you. But the 80% got to be. It's got to be like late in the season, 80%.
So who wants him though?
Playoffs.
Like, or are you saying Embiid?
I don't think
Philly
nobody's
looking to get rid of him, or
no, they just want to sit him to get him healthy.
Right.
They undecided. Right. They undecided.
Let's see what he look like next year.
I mean,
when he's 80% healthy.
Right.
So is it a surgery that's involved,
probably
or
need
is
a surgery.
it sitting out?
No, they said they think might be a surgery.
Yeah, they're gonna have to surgery. So do it now.
Right.
This way he be ready for next year.
Right. Why
Do
even
it now.
play him and aggravate him?
I would do him. Let him have that surgery right now, and this way you come back next year healthy. That's what I would do.
You get rid of Paul George.
Yeah, they talk about getting rid of him. Who knows?
He's not gonna be hurt.
He's holding them back.
I don't know who.
He's an old head. They don't really need.
$211 million. So I mean, I guess for 4 years, maybe they look to buy him out, offer him a buyout, so where he could take less money, and they have somehow that money could come off the cap. That's just a lot of money, but
I don't know if he would have like a suitor right now. Wait, these guys are they're pricing themselves out the market, out the teams. Nobody want to pick up, and you injured, and you can't play a season. You can't even play a half a season.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't even play a half a season, and you making all this money.
Right? Because you can get Embiid at 80 and then he get hurt again.
Why you think
and then he plays half the season?
Why you think the Clippers didn't re-sign him? They knew he was injury prone.
George, right?
Yeah, that's why they let him go. You know what I mean? The guy stay hurt.
Well, I think he took the extra because they was offering him 3 years, and then he took the extra 4.
Yeah, because they know he's gonna get hurt. You don't play a whole season.
So
either does the claw, but they pay him too.
Coach said, speaking on Bridges,
he's done too. But
he's averaging
Paul
more.
George's problem was he don't show up in the playoffs.
I want to hear, guys. Do it now. Say it now.
Coach said, speaking on Bridges, he's averaging more than what he did at the Suns, with hardly no plays run for him. he averaged more at the Nets because he was the first option for a minute. But
Yeah, he's averaging
I don't
17
know.
points a game.
but I don't know if it's like the big three. He's an invisible part of the component. He had a great game on Christmas where he scored 40 points. But so
See, that's
Then
the
he
problem.
disappeared.
But he did that with the Nets.
Right.
That was his problem. He'll have good games, and then he'll have games where he's on the court, but you don't know he's on the court because he's not playing.
I don't look at him as that type of
As
player.
a 40-point scorer.
I don't look at him as that guy. He's a good player.
yes, he's solid.
He's a solid player, but I don't look at him as that player for you looking at him to carry your team.
Right.
I don't look at him like
But
that.
it's not about carrying the team.
You know,
but
not
like
to say
if
he's a
you-
Jalen Brunson guy, but you're like even like you say a big three, because I thought the big three was Jalen, Cat, and OG. I just thought he was extra.
That
You know what I'm saying?
that is a stretch because OG is not going to give you. You would think that
Well, you
Bridges would
figure-
give you more points.
Well,
than
you figure what
OG.
you get between those two guys, that's your three. What you get between those two guys, OG and Bridges, that's your third. Because you just figuring Cat, Jalen, and everybody else just fill in when they fill in.
That's not enough to get you out. That's not enough to get you to the next level.
Not on that team, no.
Not enough to
No.
get you. And being that Towns and Brunson are sort of liability on the defense.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That,
So that's so
Because
that comes back to my thing again.
The thing with OG and Bridges, they both very good defensive players, supposedly, but
Right.
according to Dave, he's a liability too. But he's a better defensive player
no,
than
not
Brunson.
So that's
not
my
according,
question.
Not according to Dave. I'm not trying to take nothing away from them. I was saying though, like at times. So if they so good, where in defending the three are they covering it? Because a lot of people hit threes on them. So
Well,
I
that's
mean,
a
we
team-
can't have it
that's
both ways.
That's a team scheme thing, a defensive team scheme thing that they got to straighten out.
Well,
I'm not
it's
gonna
hard
put
to-
that on one guy.
It's hard to defend the three, and if you overplay it, the guy's cutting back door, and there's nobody in the lane to block any shots. So what do? You don't go under, you go over, so they don't shoot no threes. Like when they play Boston, them dudes, even the guys that come off the bench,
Everybody
is
shoots threes on that team.
and they shooting.
Everybody
The
shoots
rim is
threes on
the
that
net is not even moving. When
No.
what's
Oh.
number 30's name on
yeah, that kid.
yo,
Yeah.
the net doesn't
Pritchard.
even no, the
that's
other guy.
Browser, something
Whatever
like
his
that.
name, number
Hauser.
Hauser.
Hauser,
The
yeah.
net don't be moving.
No.
It just be going toof, toof.
Yeah.
I be like,
All those guys come
Yo.
off the bench shoot threes. Everybody on the team shoot threes. That's
But
what
the
they do.
thing
on that
is,
team.
there is not even contested threes.
No.
It's wide open threes.
Yeah.
That's what make it look bad.
So
you don't have a guy with a hand in the face.
So is there a defense to that?
no,
Or
you could go over, and try to stop it. But again, a 2 is better than a 3. You giving up a layup is way better than you giving up 3 points. You're giving up 2 points. I get it. Maybe they need to just fight over the pick.
Maybe they
or-
need to
or
not worry
the-
about the layups.
The person that they screening for steps up. They can't go backwards. As long as they playing that backup defense, the guy they're gonna keep shooting them.
so Coach Kurt shouted you out. He said, as Tar said, it's a team concept, drive and kick. So he's trying to calm you down and then kick it out. All right. But I mean, again, it's still got to be a means to the defense. And again, as good as Towns is on the offensive end, and he doesn't get calls, and he tried to play D,
Right.
but I just think his feet don't move
Quick
with
enough.
it with the defensive scheme. So, I mean, they got situational problems, and moving forward, I would just say, so like there was a thing yesterday. They were saying, well, he banged his knee, and when he did it before, he missed a couple of games. But then Thibodeau
Put him back in the game.
and the
When
game was over.
Right. Why he do that?
So was that really bright on his part?
No. Why he do that?
Well, wasn't what is your knock on Thibodeau? That he
Again,
plays them high minutes.
He put right,
Right. So it sounds right.
And then he put him in.
Right. He plays high minutes, so it sounds right. Even though the dude
And the
hurt,
game and the
I'm still
game
gonna
is
play him.
and the game is out of reach.
Right. It's stupid.
That was
That-
something to go back and
Right.
That shows to me the weakness of the Knicks bench. He has
Yes.
no faith in
Right.
anybody
The rest of the
sitting
guys-
on
the
that
rest of the
group. He really doesn't. Nothing. It don't matter what
But like I
situation
said,
they
the game's
blow
out
out
of
one
reach, so-
way or another. They still got the main five playing, whether they winning by 30 or
Right.
losing by 30.
Right.
They don't know. Other teams with like 5 minutes left, they taking everybody out, and the scrubs is gonna play for
Right.
5 minutes, irregardless. He won't do that.
Right.
And you-
Is it?
and-
Are they
and
that
you might-
bad?
And you might even see a surprise.
Well, to
And you
his
be like, oh snap!
only thing, which is
I should be playing this dude.
it's like a slippery slope because to his credit, no recent coach in modern Nick Day history has a winning record. Think about how bad they were just a couple of seasons ago.
Right.
Nobody was talking about him, and he's created a winning culture
You
to the
have-
degree.
Well,
But
Brunson
when
was
you
the
say
surprise of the
winning,
team.
when you say winning, he's gonna get you in the playoffs.
and that's
so
about it.
satisfied. So that satisfied the Knicks fan by making the playoffs for the last couple 3 years.
Hell no.
No, but no,
The-
it did when he first got there because they hadn't been in the playoffs for a minute, and when they was one and done. At
Right.
least they was getting past the first round finally.
Right.
So now guys is like, okay, it looks like we making progress, but right now with what's
You're staying
happening,
stuck.
it looked like you stuck in
Right.
first, second round and not getting to the conference championship.
That's correct.
But we don't know. I mean, anything could happen in the playoffs. 1 or 2 injuries and things can swing your way. You can swing your, and if they make the conference final, it's going to be a successful season as far as Knicks fans
Oh,
are
it
concerned.
would be if they make it for sure. They'll take that.
They'll take that for
But, you
sure.
know,
But I'll go back to the beginning, like I said.
Hold up, before I mean that, but
no, go ahead.
I want to go back to if they make it. It's a lot of miracles that happen for them to make it where
Well, like
to
you said,
get there.
injuries.
Anything can happen,
Not
like you
only
said.
injuries,
Anything can
they
happen.
gonna get lucky.
Somebody's
They-
gonna surprise you in the playoffs.
They're gonna get lucky. It's
Like,
not.
I just felt like they
Bridges
should.
might step up and
I was gonna
average
say,
25.
I was gonna say Bridges might
He
be
would
a
have to.
30-point score.
If he can step up and do what he got to do, and they win, he'll make the people forget about that pick. You know, them getting him
Those draft
because I would think that
right.
you know, to me, you still should have went after a big. Like you said, you got.
All right, coach.
Yeah,
Go
you gotta
ahead,
match up with
coach.
your
With the two
division.
guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead, coach.
Hello,
Hello?
Yeah, mano a mano.
coach.
Oh, okay. You'll hear me
Coach.
now. Okay, cool.
Why you ducking
Okay,
me,
as-
coach? Why you ducking me?
Huh?
Why you ducking me? I was coming for you today. I was coming for you.
I sensed that. That's why I didn't come in today.
My man, how you doing?
He got
I'm
green
good.
daisies for you, bro. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing.
That's okay, man. That's okay. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. As I was saying, like the Knicks, they're top heavy. Their bench is not that good. Now, true, he doesn't play the bench that much, but they are top heavy. Their front 6, maybe 7, you know, is pretty much all he trusts. You know, the other guys, he's not going to trust that much. But he's always been that way everywhere he's been. Whether it's Minnesota or Chicago, he played his top guys many minutes. They knew that when they got him. He hasn't changed. He's not going to change. That's his makeup. So why people complaining, I don't know, because he's always been this way. This is what you got. Now,
Hold up.
hold
up. The reason why people are complaining because they looking to go to the next level, and
well,
they don't know
then bring
that
guys,
he done
bring
reached the ceiling.
players that will help you get to the next level. They don't have those players on the bench that will help them get to the next level.
Even if they had him, he's used to only playing a certain amount of people. So
What players did they have that will help them get to the next level? Name me
Where's
one.
that guy at? Is who was on the team last year with all the injuries, and he came in. He played them like the last couple of games, and he did very well for him. He's been.
He signed right. He got trade. Well, he signed somewhere else, didn't he?
Did he go? What's his name? Give me his name. He played with Golden
I
State.
know you're talking about he's like a guard forward.
Yeah. And he was hitting them big shots.
He went
for them
somewhere
last-
else.
what's his name again? Y'all ain't helping me out.
nah, man.
You don't know. You know who I'm talking. No.
I know who you talking
Yeah,
about.
he
I just
played
can't
with
remember his
Golden
name,
State.
but he signed
been
somewhere else.
with a lot of teams. He played with a few teams. I can't think
Yeah,
of
he
his name
did.
offhand,
He
but
did.
he came on in like the last couple of games in the playoffs. He played very well with them when them jokers
Right.
when them get hurt. I can't think his name.
Right.
But they didn't
He
sign
he
him
played
back,
well in
and
the
it wasn't
playoffs
costing
because
that
he
much
wasn't
money, I don't
playing him a
think.
lot of minutes, and then he
No.
had to play him because the guards got
Right.
hurt.
And he played well. He played a point. Back
Alex
up.
He
Burke?
did.
Yes. Where's he at now?
Shout out
Burke,
to John
Burke.
Green. He's in Miami.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And is he playing? He's not playing
I
there.
think
ain't playing.
He not
He
playing.
plays
now.
He ain't
sparingly,
playing.
sporadically.
Why
He
the
ain't
Knicks
playing.
ain't keep him? He did well.
I don't know.
But see,
I don't know.
Where would you rather be, Miami or New York with this weather? I don't know. I
get it.
I don't have
I
an
get
answer
it,
for
but
that.
he played well for them, and he's used to this. So why he didn't keep him? I don't get it. You wouldn't have to play him, but pay him a whole lot of money. So why they don't keep guys like that? You say you don't got no bench.
So-
you had a guy on the
Right,
bench who could produce for you, and you don't keep him.
So again, it's not only Thibodeau's fault, it's the front office.
So those guys who come
But
off the bench.
but
for you-
Todd, let me ask you,
Go ahead.
Todd, do you think that player Burks will get you over the top, or help
I'm
you
not
get you
gonna
over the
say
top?
get me over the top, but at least you could spell guys. He could play a few positions for you, and he doesn't hurt you when he comes in the game.
Right.
It would help them out.
Right.
Is he an over the top guy? I'm not gonna say that he's on the team.
Right.
They're gonna get over the top and make it to the championship and all that. No, I'm not gonna say that. But he
So
definitely would help
Well,
that team.
Right.
Isn't that
See,
campaign
people-
and Shamit's role on the Knicks now?
Supposed to be.
Right. If he
Who?
1 year mercenary.
Shaman.
That's
Shaman
all
and
Burks
campaign.
was. That's all Burks
But
was.
I
Well,
think
I mean,
he's-
you know,
I think
well, he's
he's better
getting
than them,
he's
though.
getting a
Played
little
better
bit
for
minutes too. But see, this is what happened. They had a nice little run last year. Now they changed the entire team.
Right.
Okay, Randall's gone. What's his name?
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo's gone.
Hartenstein.
The
Burke.
two centers, one is gone, one was hurt. So now that's 4 guys that was playing major minutes are gone. You brought in OG is there. Well, he came in the middle of the season. They brought in Bridges,
Right.
And Kemp.
right? And that's pretty much a different team now. It's a different
It is too.
concept, different team. Now, remember during the early part of the season last year, we was complaining about they wasn't playing no D. It wasn't until that little stretch run that they had in the second half of the season, they ran off a whole bunch of wins, and then Randall got hurt.
Right. And that was it.
Right.
Just a second.
Then they-
Just wait
right,
a second.
and they-
Wait.
uh-huh.
Wait. Randall got hurt on January 27th. So he
Right.
missed like the second half of the season. So
That's what I said.
and they ran off wins when he got hurt. They ran off like
Right, but
12
he-
wins.
But that's
But they
different.
ran off
Regular
wins
season
while
and
he was
playoff
there, and he
is
got
two
hurt.
Different things. It's two
And they
different
ran
things.
off with what, like about 10, 12 wins, something
Right.
like that.
Curry, let me ask you a question.
Now
Uh-huh.
I think it's going the other direction.
I had mentioned earlier, I don't know if you was listening. Do they make that trade for Bridges if Jalen and Hart ain't on the team? Do they make that trade for him?
I think they do because they were talking about him last year.
Why?
There was rumors
No,
out there about them
they
talking
were.
about him
You're
last year.
absolutely right. They were.
Now
I'll
he's
give
a
you
good
that. Let me
he's a
just say
good
this.
third,
They was
fourth
talking
option
about
player.
him.
That's
Yeah,
what he is.
he's
He's
a
not
third
a
and
star,
No, exactly.
but he's not a
but
bump.
this
He's a
is-
good role player.
Yes, this is my question for you. My second question for you.
Uh-huh.
You knew there was a possibility that you wasn't going to re-sign Hartenstein, correct?
Well, because when they paid OG, they didn't have any money left
No,
to
we
pay
know why.
Harden.
That's
So
not it.
this is my question. You knew there was a possibility you was going to lose him. Your
Right.
boy Robinson is hurt. Why you don't go for why you make that trade instead of making a trade to get another big?
They were looking for another big. They were searching for another big. They couldn't get one within the payroll that they wanted to, that they had allowed it to pay. They couldn't get one because when they paid, unless Hardenstein took less money, that was the only way he was going to come back.
No, they only could pay him $78 million, and what's going to pay them $87? He went for the money.
Right,
We know
and I
that.
understand. You go with the money. I'm not blaming Hardenstein.
No.
You know.
The thing was,
But-
again, if he would have signed and took a chance and played the year, they were going to try to redo the structure of the contract.
Right.
But he's like, yo, somebody offered me more. I got to think about my family.
No, I
And
get it.
I can't
No, I
blame
get
him
it.
because if you take a
Right,
chance,
and I understand it.
they're not going to offer you that extended
Well, no, exactly.
salary.
You got to get it while you can get it.
And
Right,
the Knicks'
funny face.
problem with the money is they're already up against that second tier.
Yeah.
Right, because they pay OG. They overpaid for OG. Let's just call it what it is. They overpaid for him.
Of course they did.
Well, just a second. So, like, the problem was that Philly was talking about offering them that type of money, and then they ran after Paul. So, the front office again. I don't know if they really geniuses or not, but they said, "Well, we're just going to throw in the money." So Philly helped up the ante and gave him the money.
Right.
So.
Well, look at our record and look at Philly's record.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Because they overpaid for Paul George.
Yeah, they did.
Embiid was hurt, and look where they at.
Man, well, they got two.
I mean, it's okay because they got injuries. I mean, you know, I think the only person in the building that's a Philly fan is G Money.
Their record wouldn't be that bad if Embiid was healthy. It wouldn't be the same team they are now.
Right.
No, it wouldn't be the same team, but they still overpaid for Paul George. They still pay for him.
That kid McClain was playing lights out until he got hurt.
Right. Yeah, and he got hurt.
They got a lot
so, I mean, you know, it hurts. I mean, injuries can kill your team in an instant. Of course.
Not without a doubt.
Well, injuries last year actually did deplete the Knicks when they was going up against Indiana. Now, if they had a decent squad, it's pretty. I think we all think that they pretty much would have beat Indiana,
right?
If they didn't have injuries, and they had injury on top of injury.
But they were shooting much better last year than they're shooting now.
Well,
100% way better.
That's a good question to ask. Do y'all think that the team is better this year or last year?
What team?
The Knicks.
They were shooting. Everyone was. They were hustling, and they were shooting.
That's in the
better.
second half of the season.
Yes.
Their record right now is better than it was last year. At the same time,
the record might be better, but I think the team played better last year than they doing now.
John Green, when you get a chance, you call up because you're taking a stab at Greg. He said, "I have a question. Do the Philly fans still trust the process?"
Nah, that's that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off so he can call.
I think the process is still ongoing because they dumping this season to get back into the draft lottery. They still processing.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't dumped yet. They ain't sit them.
No, but they ain't playing.
Embiid is the only guy left out of all of those guys they got in the process. He's the only guy there.
They playing him, and he's 90% hurt. He's like 10% of himself. Yeah. You might as well not even have him on the court.
No, not at all.
They playing better with Usabel than they are with Embiid right now. The kid from France plays much better than Embiid right now because Embiid ain't but 10% of what he
exactly.
So Green said,
Embiid want to stand out by the 3-point line all goddamn day because he don't have to bang any at all down there.
Can't bang. He's too hurt to
Kurt,
bang.
Before you go, I just want to leave you with this.
Okay.
Don't sleep on my Lakers. That's all I'm gonna say.
I knew it was coming sooner or later.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I think him and Shannon Sharp drink from the same water fountain.
Kurt, when you come back with the pill, you gotta give him the pill for that shay, yo.
Don't sleep on him.
I knew it was coming. Oh man, I still say I don't know why teams if Lucas checking me, I'm going at him. I don't understand why teams don't do it, but
shout out to Chris
and that's
White.
any weak defense because all those teams do it to the Knicks. They isolate Brunson, and they isolate and what's the name can't come over and help Towns. Those are the Knicks' two weakest things. And when you're on offense, you got to go with the weak link guys the time.
Let me say this to you. I saw something today I read. The reason why they traded Luka.
What?
Because of what you call him, Jaylen Brown did to him in the championship. Locked him down. Played him for 94 feet. And Luka couldn't do nothing. They got frustrated. And in Boston, we know that they 4-1. They said that's the reason. They said he'll never be able to win for us. Because the people said that. That's all everybody got to do. And he D'd them up. And he frustrated them. Now, I don't know how true that is, but that was just something that I read today. You know how you see them things coming
popped up on the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what they said. They said, because they even said the real reason even hasn't come out yet. They don't know when it's going to come out. They said it's supposed to be coming, But that's one of the reasons they said why.
Well, I think Jason
Wow.
Kidd didn't really see eye to eye with him, and the GM also.
I think it was more. I think Jason Kidd was surprised about this too. I don't think
Really?
he had nothing to do with it yet. So they said he was surprised that he had nothing to do. I don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going on behind them closed doors.
It'll come out sooner or
They
later.
said it's gonna come out soon. The real reason.
Yeah.
The real reason.
The real reason they want the Lakers to be dominant 10 years from now. That's the real reason.
Setting up
They
to get
needed.
Giannis.
Yeah, they had to set up the Lakers.
Could y'all equate
Yo,
that to
yo,
be
Mongo,
they're the
Mongo,
best
you
team?
there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yo, Mark Stafford is available. Y'all need to go after him.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Stafford.
He's talking about the
Oh.
The Rams told him to
Oh,
go.
Yeah, I seen it.
oh, you
today.
mean for the
I seen it.
Steelers?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah,
I would look at him.
We'll see.
about
We'll
that.
see what
They
happens.
talking about the Giants is looking at him.
Everybody's.
there's a lot of teams looking at it, but I guess it depends on what the Rams want. You know.
Everybody looking at them that need him.
Yeah,
I'm
Jets.
kind of surprised by that.
But they said that the Rams is just letting them see
Well,
what his price is, and
right.
then they're
He's in
gonna
the
match it.
He's in the same age.
Oh,
range
okay.
As Wilson and what's the name? Man?
Yeah, but he's better than that.
Rodgers.
Yeah, but
He's better
still
than
better
them.
than
He's
them.
in
Yeah,
that age range.
Stafford's still good. Stafford's
He in
still good.
between them two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stafford is still good.
You can see he still got.
Yo, I'm gonna go, fellas, man. Y'all take care of yourselves,
All right,
All
man.
right, Kurt.
Next week, Church.
Next week.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Everybody be safe and enjoy, man.
All
My
right, brother. Take care.
All right, thank y'all, man. Thank you.
All right, so shout out to my cousin Darryl Pringle. He was saying that Ant Edwards, after his contract is up, he wants to come to the Knicks.
Well, we're looking at him too. So
That might be a reach. Well, yeah, New
Who's
York.
looking at him? Ain't nobody coming to you.
Stop,
man.
stop,
You gotta
stop. We're
that.
looking
Yo,
at him
but
too.
wait,
Ain't
did you
nobody
you
coming.
hear?
Hey, we looking at him
Wait.
too.
Ain't
All
nobody
Wait.
coming to you.
Did you hear when Ant
wanna go to
Williams
Brooklyn?
when Anthony Edwards said that he doesn't want to be the face of the NBA? That's what
Right,
they got Wemby
right.
for.
Right.
All he want to do is play and score buckets, and that's it.
Carmelo said Wemby can't be the face of the NBA.
Why?
What's his
Carmelo said that.
Why?
I didn't read
Because-
the thing, but he said he can't be.
Oh, because he's not American.
Because he's not American.
I think that's probably what it was.
Could be. I didn't read
think
the
that's
whole
what
thing.
I
but he
believe
said
that's
that.
what he said.
It kills me how these guys chime in.
Right.
Guys,
Right.
a lot of these guys, like you hear, what's going got his podcast, Gilbert Arenas, Agent
Mhm.
Zero.
Mhm.
A lot of these guys try to stay relevant. You was in the league, you had your time, it's over. I get it. Everybody and their mother got a podcast, even us. Thank you. But these guys kill me how they experts now. Or they
Well-
play and they try to stay relevant. You know what I mean? And they always got like what's it called? I can't stand him. The guy on Boston who played with Garnett.
Paul Pierce.
I can't stand that guy.
So
He's from LA.
I can't.
So-
He's a hater. He's
So-
a hater.
He be
He's
killing
a
that,
hater.
yo.
He's a hater.
Shout
So
out to
Todd,
Mike
you know what I
G
mean?
on the
Well,
check-in.
what I like about the guys that are former players that do podcasts, to me, they give better insight than a reporter that's just
I
reporting
give you
on the
that.
outside.
No, I give you that.
You know,
Because they
do.
Yeah, I
I
give you
guess
that.
some guys are humble.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I give you that. But then you got the haters out there, like
Yo.
Paul
Right.
Pierce. He's
So-
a hater.
So
Get him
He's
out
not
of
the
here.
only
que-
one.
que-
No, there's
question
a
on
lot,
this.
yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
The no
Yeah.
trade clause. Kenya
Yeah.
Martin brought this up because I was that St. Louis it's thing. You got a no trade clause. It should just be one and done. You shouldn't have it use it whenever you want. I used it when I left Washington because they said Bradley Beal used it to leave Washington, and now he's gonna say he don't want to go to the next team. It should be one and done on a trade.
What you mean, 1 year?
That's on the
No,
contract. though.
when you get if he has a no trade clause, meaning he gets to say where he wants to go.
Right.
Once you use it, it should be finished. How do you have it? You can use it as many
No,
times
he
you want.
negotiated
Right,
that with
it's
the
in the
next thing.
contract, right.
No,
No, he had that. It
It
It's a
stayed.
4-year if it's a 4-year contract, right?
But what I'm saying is, he had it in Washington.
Yes, he did.
And it came over, and now it's in Phoenix.
That was negotiated though.
But his contract was already. He already had his contract from Washington.
No,
it just came over.
Wait a second.
No, my
no.
thing is, I
see what
think
you're saying.
all of that. I hear what you're saying, but I feel all of that has to be just because he had it in Washington. If
You
he
have
was
to
the
renegotiate
Phoenix,
it.
if they don't agree to that, I don't
Right.
think that has to be.
I think it was
They have
only
to negotiate it.
2 players that have no trade.
He's
clause.
one.
Yeah, he
and-
was one.
and,
And
somebody-
Serge told us the other day. Who was it?
I
Serge?
forgot who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Serge told us the other day who got
It
that
was
too.
two of them.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I don't think that comes automatically. I think it has to be negotiated.
Yes, but it was negotiated in Washington, so he
Right.
used it to leave to go to Phoenix.
So he should. So you saying that he shouldn't be able to get it again?
Well, he said that. I'm not saying that.
Oh,
that's
that's
what
what he
Kenyon
was
Martin
saying.
was like. How do you keep it going on?
If
Like,
he
you
can
keep-
negotiate it, he got to.
because I don't think they gave him a new contract in Phoenix.
They
He kept
didn't.
the same
No.
one.
Right, it's the same
Kept the
contract.
same
Oh,
contract.
so
That's
that's
what I
right.
said.
It
So
just
that's
carry
so,
over.
Right, it carry that. If he had that in his contract, you pick
Yeah.
up my contract. That's in my contract. You got to
Right.
pick up the whole contract.
Right.
We got to
Right.
renegotiate.
Unless you do renegotiate
So-
it
Right.
and give me $10 million more
I
a
see
year,
what
and
you're
I'll get
saying,
rid of
but
it.
That's like you answered. You basically
Why
answered
would
your
I
own
give that
question.
up?
Because if you've taken my contract, if you're not signing me, we just traded me, and I agreed to the trade, and I'm getting $250 million. So now you pay me $250
Right.
million
And you get
and
everything
everything in
was
that
in
contract.
that copy.
So you basically
All right.
answered your own.
The
Yeah.
contract stays-
So
Now
yeah,
I didn't
it
get
stays
to
the
fill that
same.
part.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. 'Cause
Ah.
I-
That's yeah.
Let me say this right quick. We are in first 40,
Kenya Martin hating again. Good.
40 50
but I
minutes.
like listening to him.
Nah, he's
I like
good.
that
Nah,
the Gilbert
I like
Arenas
Oh, my
podcast.
I don't like
goodness.
Gilbert Arenas.
No,
We are-
they be going crazy, but I like when they be
I like
on
Martin,
because you know
Go ahead, Dave. My
that,
bad.
that was crazy.
Go ahead, my bad.
Hold on, that was crazy. All right, so
That's why y'all got to.
it's all right.
Now the calls coming in.
All right, this is John Green, y'all. Go ahead, John.
What up, John?
Hey guys, how y'all
Green.
doing?
what's
What up, John?
What's
What's
up,
going on?
Greg want to
Everything's
talk to
good.
you.
I love the conversation, y'all.
All right.
I love
Thank
it.
you,
Listen,
thank you,
listen.
thank you.
I asked that question about Philadelphia because look at all those players they drafted. The only one they have left is Embiid. Jaleel Okafor just got back in the league last week. Markelle Fultz is playing at the end of the bench in Orlando. Everybody else is out of the league.
Markelle Fultz is trying to get back in the league also. He's not on the bench.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Somebody was looking at him. I forgot last
I
week.
mean, those fans suffered a lot, and they still haven't got anything yet. The closest they got was the Eastern Conference Finals, 6 years ago?
Oh, I don't remember when.
Yeah,
And they lost to Toronto
Yeah, they
with that
lost
lucky
to
shot
Toronto.
from Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So I mean, but the thing is, they have suffered. I mean, those fans have suffered.
But I think they're gonna still go with the process. Like they still paying him. So I would sit him for the rest of the season, get his surgery, and be ready for next year.
Well, listen, I would have asked Joel Embiid not to play in the Olympics this past summer.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He should.
Right.
I agree with that totally.
100%.
Because the thing is, is that it carried over into this season. He's still not right, and the thing is that he's not going to get right until he gets the treatment he needs and rest.
Right.
So the thing is, so basically, they like y'all said earlier, they should really shut him down for the rest of the year,
Without question.
and just consider the season a total loss.
So I guess Philadelphia's on schedule to win a championship like the Knicks a little while away.
Basically, the day after hell freezes over.
Shout out to
Right.
Sean Wilkie on the check-in. Yeah, I mean, well, they have a
Listen,
center they could possibly build around if he's right.
They haven't won a title in 42 years.
Who's this?
Is it 42?
Philadelphia. Last time they won was 1983.
Yep.
83. Yeah.
And right.
And that's still better
Wait,
than the
and
Knicks.
the Knicks
Knicks is like 48.
Yeah.
73 was the last year.
But believe it or not, the Knicks are fourth in waiting. There are three teams that have gone longer than the Knicks without winning a title.
Go ahead. The Clippers.
The Suns, the Clippers, the Hawks. Actually, it's four. The Hawks and the Sacramento Kings. The last time they won, they were the Rochester Royals way back in 1951.
Ooh.
So they haven't won in 74 years.
And the Clippers never won forever.
No.
Right, because
Buffalo
even when they were in
Braves.
Buffalo.
Right.
Right.
That's
Wow.
good.
One thing, one last thing. Everybody says that basketball is an American game and that American play should be the face of the league. Don't y'all realize that basketball was created by a Canadian?
Naismith was Canadian.
Naismith
Dr.
was
James
Canadian.
Naismith. Dr. James Naismith was Canadian.
Mm.
Well, I guess, and not, well, just like America always do, he didn't perfect the game. I guess the Americans
Right.
perfected the game. So
That's good
As,
knowledge.
as,
Oh,
as
where
like,
he's
they,
from.
like they said, baseball is based on a British game called rounders.
Oh, and I stand corrected. Markel Folks, Coach Kurt said is on the Kings now. So he's sitting on the end of the bench with the
He's
Kings.
in Sacramento now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he just got picked. I read about that about
Right.
a year or so ago. Somebody.
Last
Yeah.
week.
But guys, listen. I enjoy the show. Listen. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing,
We appreciate you.
and I'll keep listening.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, John.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Be safe.
Take care of yourself.
All
You
right,
too. You too, bro.
Okay, thanks.
All right, so right quick, we are in the first hour, actually maybe 55 minutes. First stop to the next stop. It is Super Dave along with Serge the Sports Star, G Money in the
What
building,
up with that?
Slick the Relic,
Living fossil.
and Todd the Magnificent.
Yes, sir.
All right, the phone lines is open. Our number is 516-206-0711. It's time to get it off your chest. Beside with the Knicks debacle, because they ain't going nowhere, but we hope they go somewhere. Hope they could win, rather. Some of us. What do y'all think? You think the Knicks are better off if you want to, call in and share that with us? Were they better this year or are they better last year? Again, phone number is 516-206-0711. All right, y'all, let's go.
They were gelling last year in the playoffs.
All
They
right.
had a better team
They
before
would've-
the injury bug.
Right. They would have carried, I think they would have carried that on to this year. I think their only issue obviously was trying to fit Randall in. That's probably would have been their only issue.
Fit Randall in this year.
Because remember, Randall was hurt when they was,
Oh,
remember?
Right.
well, if he'd have came back, he would have came back to where he left off. He's
Right.
the man. Y'all know that.
Well, remember the controversy was how he gonna fit in with Brunson there now, having the ball in his hands. That was the issue.
He'd have been give me the ball as soon as Brunson came over, like he always do. Give me the
Yep.
ball. You know, Randall ain't taking a back. He ain't take a back seat with
For
playing
them,
with
for the
Minnesota.
new team, right?
He ain't take a back seat. You know what I'm saying? That's to see how he plays. I don't think that's a good fit at all.
Well, I mean, the injury bug, and really hard to tell, if they was playing together. Sometimes it takes a minute for teams to mesh
No, it does.
Yeah.
and whatnot. So maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
But I seen him do something. Him and What's-It-Called was gonna fight the big boy. Who the big boy?
Gobert.
Gobert. He got the guy posted in the post, and
Right.
Randall waved him out.
Right.
And he got called for 3 seconds
Right.
because he was tight.
Right.
And they was on the sideline to get ready to fight.
He walked out.
Yeah,
the paint slow.
he got called for 3 seconds.
Dude, you got
He's
hustle
like, yo,
out there.
I got the guy posted. You don't give me the Randall waved them out. Yo, they called the timeout and got to the sidelines. They had to separate them, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
Well,
Randall for
well,
you.
well, look, I got one trivia question.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Kurt's supposed
So Kurt's supposed to what?
no, not forget again.
Oh, what you gonna say?
I said Kurt's supposed to have those on the phone when he was.
Oh.
Okay.
So
He could put them up on the chat.
there's
Yeah, that's true.
4 players in the NBA that had quadruple doubles. It was 5 of them total, but one player did it twice. Who were the 4 players?
Did it one time.
Yeah, who else?
Fat Lever.
Huh?
Fat Lever.
Who's Fat Lever?
Lafayette.
Lafayette Lever, right?
Lafayette, you never heard of him?
Who's that?
Yo, you gotta
You
stop.
supposed to just
You
nod your
never
head
heard
like
of
I
Fat
do.
Lever?
You supposed to just nod your head like I do. Right? Oh,
Do
I
you
know.
know?
Who?
Do you
LeBron?
know?
Who?
He played
Who's
with
that?
Denver.
He used to play with Denver.
Yeah,
Oh.
he played with
All right, hold
Denver.
up.
So Akeem is one.
Chris White,
That's
go
why I said
ahead.
Lafayette.
Hold up.
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah,
What's
we're
up,
in
Chris?
Yo, what up?
In the middle of some trivia, so now you got to answer the question. Just get one right.
the
Go
question?
ahead.
Oh, I'll go through all
So
of them.
there was 5 quadruple doubles in the NBA. One person did it twice. Name the 4 people.
The 4 people that did the quadruple double.
Yeah.
You just name one.
Mm,
Just name one.
Jason Kidd.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Did he get fired? Did he get What's-It-Called Lafayette even right?
No.
No, he's
Oh.
just,
No.
Damn,
I don't even know who that
quadruple
is.
he don't,
Um,
Wait,
Will,
but-
Will,
I know who did it.
Will Chamberlain.
I gave you one, and I'm gonna give you another one.
Oh, John Green got one, but go ahead. You
No,
can say-
Will Chamberlain, no.
Robinson. The guard, what's his name?
Alvin Robinson.
Alvin Robinson. He
Yeah.
played in San Antonio.
Maybe
Right.
that was who I was trying to say.
You said fat leaver. Yo, go ahead, Chris. What you got to say? What's up?
No, I'm calling to see how y'all doing. I love what y'all talking about. I love what y'all saying, and I think that the problem with the what you were talking about with the Knicks is they have no bench, and their biggest problem is what they need on the bench is they need a wing.
Ooh.
They don't have a wing on the bench. They don't use a wing. You got Cameron Payne, and you got Deuce. And Deuce, the truth is, Deuce is just a small shooting guard. That's what he is. That's what he is. He's a small shooting guard. That's all he is. And the thing is, if you don't have a wing to back up Anunoby or Mikal Bridges, then it doesn't work. You need another wing to get some points coming off the bench. See, when they had Randall and then they had Hart come off the bench and you had DiVincenzo coming off the bench at times, that helped because you had some points coming off the bench. But now they have no bench. And with the contracts that they got at Anunoby and also with Cat, they don't have any money.
Right.
They don't have any money. Now, what bothers me is that I don't know if y'all saw that, but a guy they could have gotten off of waivers, well, I thought could be helpful for a little while, was Torrey Craig.
Ooh.
Somebody grabbed him, didn't they?
Nah, the Celtics picked him up. He
Right.
picked him up off of waivers. He was on the Bulls.
Yeah.
So right quick, we was in the middle of doing that, so work with us. So John Green said Russell Westbrook.
No.
Oh, that's
Bo Man said the Joker. All
No.
right, so
No, he didn't get a
Thurman,
quadruple double.
I'm throwing
Nate
that.
Thurman.
All right. Did you
Nate
get
Thurman.
that?
Hold on, who
Did you get
say?
that,
Nate
man? I did that
Alvin
with the left.
Robinson, Hakeem, and who's the other person?
Victor Wembanyama.
No. I quadruple double. He ain't doing. No.
Why not?
He did one.
Well, he said no.
I'm saying you said no, like he can't do it.
I said it's four
could get-
people.
he could
It's
get
five-
10
it was done
blocks
5
easy.
times.
Yeah, hold
One person did it twice, and
Did we
Hakeem
get
is
the person we
You
got?
said-
Hakeem is
Yeah,
twice.
okay.
So
But
who's
did-
the other
hold
person?
up, didn't he say Alvin
And
Robinson?
I said,
And he
That's
said-
two.
and he
No,
said
Oscar
David
Robinson, right? Oscar Robinson
Who
was
said
one.
David Robinson?
No, I said Alvin Robinson.
He said Alvin.
Alvin.
I thought
I thought you said David
No, I
Robinson.
said David
Alvin
Robinson.
Robinson.
But I know.
David Robinson is the other person.
All right, well, cool.
No,
Well,
David
then,
Robinson.
no
is the-
credit
Did
to
he
you.
say that? He said
No,
he
no
said
credit. He
Alvin.
didn't say it. No.
I did not.
Did not.
I did
Oh.
not. I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
I did not
Yeah,
say
you can
that.
watch. You can rewatch the show. But
And
no,
Hakeem
he
did
didn't
it
do
in the
it.
same year,
Oh,
1990. Yeah.
okay.
Nate Thurman was the first person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I had that.
still
in.
gotta get
I had-
my fat leader.
I had-
Yo, who is that? I'm gonna
He's
look
a
that up.
guard. He
Y'all
played for
cry,
Denver.
play with the- Y'all cry.
He said
Yeah.
who?
His real name was Lafayette.
Lafayette
Right,
Lever.
Lafayette
They call him Fat Lever.
And I
He
think
said,
I
"Who's
think
that?"
he was.
Oh,
close.
Fat Lever. Okay, yeah. Fat
Yo.
Lever.
That's before.
I remember that name.
That's what.
Yeah, I know him. I'm the one who said Lafayette.
Yo, Greg,
Yo.
he was all right. He was a marginal player, but he
Yeah,
might have
yeah.
been close to doing that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm just making this up because
Right, you said
it
who?
goes along.
And I'll say Lafayette Lever.
Yo, y'all agree. I never heard that.
Now, Greg, let me ask you something. That the quadruple double that he did was points, rebounds, assists.
Who?
It wasn't
And what,
Fat
turnovers?
Lever. We just mentioned in
They
his
could be
name.
turnovers too.
If you think it was Fat Lever, it
Nate
wasn't.
Thurman was points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. Alvin Robinson was points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Akeem was points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. And David Robinson was points, rebounds, assists, and blocks.
Yeah.
Oh, and John Green said he played with Alice English. If you
Yeah.
want to really,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alex English.
Thank you, John.
Alex English. I remember Alex English was guaranteed every baseline shot he would make it. Alex English.
Yeah.
That guy was great on the baseline.
Yes, he was. So smooth.
Baseline shot every time was a guarantee with Alex English.
Yeah.
thank you, John.
That's what I
again.
know about Alex English.
Yeah. Nah, you right about that.
All
Yeah, man.
So, Chris, you a
Yes, sir.
diehard Knick fan, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, outside.
And to add that in too, I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but y'all don't want to. That was weeks ago, but let's
well,
continue on.
congratulations on your championship. Did you go to the
Thank you,
parade?
sir. Thank you, sir.
Did you go to the
Thank you,
parade or
sir.
just watch it at home?
No, I watched it. I was about to go to the parade, but I didn't go. I didn't go.
Well, it's great to celebrate. So
Yeah.
So
So yes, I'm a hardcore Knicks fan. Yes.
so what do you think moving forward that they need to do to make it better? And outside,
Well, like I said,
outside of the player personnel moves.
Right. Well, like I said, they have to get more help off the bench, and they didn't get the proper people to help off the bench. And the other thing I didn't get either is that trade you traded Jericho Sims to get what's his name, DeLon Wright, and then you don't even use him. You don't even use him, and then Thibodeau is still using a 9-player rotation. When meanwhile you got the Boston Celtics who use 11 to 12. You got OKC that guarantees using 12. You got all of these teams that they cannot beat because of the fact that these teams have a deeper roster and they play these guys. This is the main reason why they always get blown out by OKC, by Cleveland, and by Boston. They cannot compete with them. And what makes it even worse, they're even worse this year against the three-point shooting than they were last year. They're horrible against the three-point. And if you're horrible against the three-point, in my opinion, they need to stop cutting down. They need to change their defense. Stop running a man now, and maybe you should start saying to yourself, listen, maybe we need to run a zone because this is not working. It's not working. Every time these guys are getting picked, they're shooting threes, and they're just hitting it so quickly that it's ridiculous. They're not covering their man.
That they 0-7 against the top 3 teams in the league. Added
That's
by
correct.
my cousin Sam Bannister, who chimed in with that. But yeah, so do you see? So again, like do you see Thibodeau as being the guy to lead them there? And I'm gonna just say this like real quick. In Milwaukee, Jason Kidd was running the show. He couldn't get it done, so they replaced him with Budenholzer. In Boston, Brad Stevens couldn't beat LeBron and them, and Udoka didn't do it, so they brought in the next coach. So
right.
Missoula.
Joe Mazzulla.
Well,
So
it wasn't Missoula. It was what's called first before Missoula.
But he didn't win.
Oh, he was on the verge of winning with
He
that.
didn't
No,
win.
because of the scandal.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's why Udoka left. That's why he left. I mean, look how he's doing in Houston. He's doing good with the Rockets.
No, he didn't win, but they had this. It's the same team. He would have won with that team
But
if
you,
it wasn't the scandal.
you can't give him credit for doing something that didn't
No, I'm
happen.
not giving him credit, but
So-
you talk about the coaches who was before him.
I'm just saying the culture, and I'm just saying, well, it didn't happen. So I mean, I'm not trying to throw no shade but it just didn't happen.
It didn't happen because of the scandal. He would have won with that team.
Well, you can't give him a ring because it didn't
I'm not giving
happen.
him no ring. I'm just letting you know.
And I'm just letting you know that it didn't happen.
Who was the coach when they lost to Golden State?
Brad Stevens.
That was Brad. Was that Brad?
Brad Stevens got moved upstairs. He
Yes.
did that volunteer. He got moved upstairs. He won it. He got.
Who was the
job.
coach
He
when
won it.
Isaiah Thomas was running the point?
It was him, Brad Stevens.
Oh, still okay.
I believe it was Brad Stevens.
All right, but I mean, they was there, but so you still made intricate moves to get better. So I'm just saying, even though the Knicks have a winning culture now, maybe they might need to make an intricate move
What the
to
coach?
get over the hump.
Your coach.
Right.
They ain't
Right.
winning with that
But
coach.
see, like
tell you that right
like
now.
Chris said just now, is the bench really that bad?
It's worse than it was
You know,
last
you know
year.
what I'm saying?
The-
Is it
what
really
what
that bad?
it is
Like,
All right, I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm gonna tell you right now. If you remember last year, and I promise you can check all the footage. Watch last year. Everyone said right that if Randall did not get hurt, they said that the Knicks, the way they were set up last year, could have beaten the Celtics. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying this. I'm telling you what everyone said
Who's
during the
everyone?
playoffs.
I didn't
If
say
they
that.
said if the Knicks were
I
healthy,
didn't say that.
Brad Windhurst said it.
You don't
Um,
count.
He talking about the
I'm-
guys on
I'm-
TV.
That wouldn't
Huh?
happen.
He talking about the guys that get paid, not the ones that do it for free.
That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen.
No, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, when they did the trade for Cat, I said just like most people said, Cat's soft. He seems to be aggressive now, which is good. But the only reason why I said it wasn't a good trade at the beginning was because of the fact that you traded a man who's 25-10, and you traded a guy who was high percentage of 3-point shooting, where we know that in this league it's a 3-point shooting league. And you needed to have that, and he was coming off the bench at times. And then the good thing about it was that because of the fact that Randall was at the power forward, you still had Josh Hart helping you coming off the bench. So now what you're doing is you bring Cat and you bring everybody that you have at the starting lineup. And you bring everybody that you have at the starting lineup. Once they get tired, then what? You have no answer. You have no answer. Do you know the other night, the bench was outscored, what was it, 32-4 or 32-6. That was the bench scoring for the Knicks. 32-6. That's crazy.
What game was that?
You need help.
What game was that?
Was it the Cleveland game?
That don't count because they got beat before they got off the bus. All right?
He said
That don't count.
It counts, Dave. It counts. It counts.
Yeah, you're right. They got spanked. And the thing is that the biggest problem is that they don't have enough depth. And the thing is that Brunson and Cat can only do so much. And Josh Hart is the utility knife trying to do everything he can. But then what happens when he's out the lineup? You saw what happened when he was out the lineup. He's not in the lineup. And then now you saw the Cat possibly got hurt. He seems to be okay, but still, nonetheless, you need help. And the thing is, they don't have the proper help they have coming off the bench. And this is why I don't understand they didn't go for a center. Why didn't they go for Valanciunas?
Well,
why didn't they go for Valanciunas?
Again, so Thibodeau, just speaking to him, he had a short leash on Sims. Sims wasn't doing whatever was proper, whatever. So you trade for a 6'5" guard?
That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
I don't get it.
And you don't use him. What is the point then?
Well,
that was
you traded to not use him.
They're not going to win. You're not going to get a championship out of Tibbs. I can tell you that right now. They're going to have to make
I'm beginning to agree with you, man, because it doesn't make any sense what you're doing. And then not only that, consider this, all right? You already gave Anunoby that big contract. You already got that big contract with Cat. Do you know in the last year Cat's contract, he's getting 62.5?
No, we didn't get to count that far.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Like 65.
And yeah, something crazy. But the thing is that I don't want it to be a situation where we end up like Phoenix. Do you know that Phoenix does not have a draft pick till the year 2030?
Was it 30 or 31?
Who's this?
2030.
Phoenix.
The Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, that's right around the corner.
That's because they traded everything to try to win, and it didn't work out for them.
That's what I'm saying. So now you put all your, like they say, put all your eggs in the basket. You get Bradley Beal, who's getting Bradley Beal. How much he's averaging? What, 15? Right? Maybe that, if that, right? The guy's getting he's getting 49.5 this year.
He's done.
Yeah, I know he's done. I agree. He's getting 49.5 this year.
He's done.
Averaging 15.
They don't have a defensive concept to me.
He's done.
First of all, why would you trade for a play? You add another shooting, you already got Kevin Durant. You got
Devin Booker.
You get another shooting guard. Who's
stopping the ball?
Right. Who's stopping
Greg,
the ball?
there's only one ball. There's only one ball. That's what gets me. There's one ball.
GM in Phoenix.
Jones.
Yeah.
The guy used to play in Cleveland.
And he played for Miami. And thank goodness he's not in New York.
They was on their way. They had it going on. They lost. They got rid of that coach, Monty Williams.
When they had the big guy. Right.
Everything went
down.
They had Chris Paul. Right.
Then.
And Deontay Ayton.
They should have stuck with
DeAndre Ayton, yeah.
They should have stuck with the process, and they would have been all right.
That's in Philly.
These quick fixes, trying to get these guys and winning, getting a bunch of guys to get rid of that ain't working, man. It don't work. That ain't working. It's not working.
Nope.
And then wait, here the end result. Who got all the picks and who's number one? OKC.
Yeah,
OKC got all picks.
And you see what
look at where they at.
The guys they keep getting, and all the guys they keep getting is producing, and they stick it with them young kids. You know.
This is why I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I think OKC's taking it all. That's just me, and I'm telling you, it's because of the fact that coach uses his whole bench. He uses everybody.
Yep.
And they're all young. So if he uses everybody and they're all young, you got young legs all day.
And
all day.
And each and every one of them play defense.
Yep.
That's right.
All of them.
That's right.
All of them.
That's right.
All right,
And
so
they
hold-
all and
hold
it's
up.
young. It's crazy.
Hold up, Chris. Let me get everybody else if they who they like early takes. Todd, who you think of the Lakers?
No.
Okay. Boston. Okay, see early. The Relic.
Yes.
I'ma still stick with
The Nets?
Celtics.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Brooklyn Nets.
I'ma still stick with the Celtics right now.
What,
Greg.
to win?
Yeah,
win
to
it?
win it all.
Greg.
Comes down to Porzingis.
Jesus Christ.
It's not an
Um,
essay question. It's just,
I don't know.
just
Get
a shot in the
Celtics.
dark,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Celtics, you said? We could go with that. Serge.
Yeah, I'm going with OKC.
Nobody want to go with Draymond Green?
No.
Just Draymond.
Playoff Butler. Playoff Jimmy.
Just Draymond. Draymond's the only one.
I
on
know,
that
right?
dream.
Oh, listen,
But-
he's living in La La Land, man. He in his own world, man.
Yeah, Draymond looking old, but I'm gonna tell you this. I have a newfound respect for Draymond because of what he said at the All-Star game when he told them guys that game was trash and he rated it a 0. He was absolutely
Bro.
correct. He was the only
Bro,
one with enough
I agree
balls
with
to
I
say it.
agree with you 1,000%. Are you telling me I'm sitting here to watch them play up to game 40? This isn't a pickup game.
Right. It was
This ain't a
ridiculous.
pickup game.
And he was the only one with the balls to say it. Nobody else was. Everybody else
Yeah.
was trying to hype it up.
Yo,
This is great. This is great.
That
Please.
and
It
how
was a
many
joke.
breaks they had in between? Like, come on, they had a break
Bro, it
for
was
the
ridiculous.
$100,000 shot. They
It was
going
crazy.
fishing. I'm like, yo, when is this? What's going on here, man? Y'all gotta come on. Y'all gotta do better than this.
Yeah, no,
This
they
is
got to
crazy.
change that whole concept.
I think the East was down.
That whole
That
concept
was
is
sad.
horrible.
And they tied it up to make.
And you know what the craziest part was?
They was playing.
The craziest part to me was they was trying to make it out to be such a straight up competitive game. And Steph Curry, who's in his own hometown, pulls up from half court to shoot a 3-pointer during the All-Star game. This is what you're trying to get rid of,
Right.
and he's the one who's doing it. Please give me a break.
Right.
And he didn't
Right now-
participate in the
Now I'm gonna tell you something. I know y'all remember this year. Remember the year that Shaq was on the Orlando Magic and George Karl was the coach of the West? And do you remember that game, that All-Star game? George Karl told everybody on the court, go after Shaq as soon as he gets the ball. Go after Shaq as soon as he gets the ball. Foul him, do what you need to do. I don't know if y'all remember that, but they went hard on Shaq because they didn't want him to do anything.
Right.
And that's my point. That's my point. You got to make the All-Star game. Or what about the All-Star game when it was Iverson and Marbury brought back the East to win
Yes.
because nobody expected them to win? What
Yes.
about that?
Yes.
How come this is how we got to be competitive again? And that's what bothers me more than anything. Y'all got to be competitive again. That's why I agree with some people. You should make it USA versus
The international.
international.
Said that.
Yo, that would be great.
Yeah,
that
that
would
would
be
be.
great.
That's what I said before. They need to be U.S. versus international.
That's right. That would be great. That would be great because then now
The
they
game
would
will be
play for a
competitive.
reason.
It's want the game to be
Now they would
competitive.
take it. They would take it seriously.
I think
The
so.
way this All-Star game is now, they get dropping as far as I'm concerned. They don't even got to play this.
That's
thing
what
no more.
KD said.
But you know,
Yeah.
you know what the biggest problem is? The biggest problem is that these cats get paid so much money.
Right.
They're not gonna bust their butt on an exhibition game
That's correct.
for $125,000.
But I got a question.
These guys make $40 million a year. You know that $125,000 is only 1/4 of one game,
Excuse
and that's
me,
what
sir.
you pay
Right.
them.
Excuse me. They play harder and pick up in the summertime.
Yeah,
But they ain't
Yes.
getting paid in the
Yes.
summertime. What are you talking
Greg,
about?
you absolutely right,
They
bro.
play harder-
Greg, you absolutely right. They
they play
said that. They
harder
said that. They was like, yo,
why?
y'all
they
play
play
harder
for
than that
pride there.
before. Like, come on.
Ain't nothing prideful no more in the NBA. It's not about pride
No.
no more in the NBA, evidently.
What about the championship?
That's
the
the
playoffs.
only
You talking
time you're
about
gonna
this-
get it in the playoffs. You're not gonna get it in the regular season. You're not gonna get it in the All-Star game.
Shout out to Noel Franco on the check-in. He said, "Hey guys." All right.
And the
What's
other
up,
thing
Franco?
is, and the other thing is, when you play in them pickup games, you got guys that are coming off the street trying to embarrass these
That's
cats
true.
on the court, and they're
That's
not
right.
gonna get embarrassed on the court by some guy from the
That's true.
streets.
That's true.
When
No.
you playing in an All-Star game, you playing
Pro.
against your old pro guys.
Right.
They're not gonna embarrass you.
Right.
They letting you do whatever you want to do. But in the pickup in the summertime, you got guys from high school trying to come in there and make a name for themselves. So they're gonna try to embarrass you. So you're gonna go harder.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a different game altogether. Come on, Greg. You know that.
You know, I'm just saying,
There's a
but the
levels to
money
this.
part,
The
though.
money part, the money,
The
the
money
money.
is nothing. The money part is
It
nothing.
is not.
They
There's
were
no.
talking
There's
about
no
they want
money
more
that they
money
could
for
pay
what?
these guys that's gonna make them play hard. It's over as far as the All-Star game.
Wait,
is
wait.
concerned with the
Well, hear my
competition.
listen to my idea. I have an idea.
Go ahead, Chris.
You know these guys are making so much money. But the incentive is that if you win, how about this? And they got the money. How about this? If you win, your team, each player gets $5 million to their donation.
Huh?
That's a big right. That's a
Each
write-off
player?
for people.
That-
That's a write-off for the players.
You
It
say
works
each
out for
player on the
everybody,
team?
and everybody's doing good.
That
Everybody
would
gets
work-
paid.
That would
Everybody
work if
happy.
the NBA was to go along with
Yeah,
it.
but I don't think the
I don't
NBA
think
is
the
gonna
owners
put out
wanna
that
pay out
money.
that
Yeah,
kind of
they're not
money.
gonna put out that money. They're
Yo,
not gonna put
I
out
think you just been
They're
voted
making
down
billions
'cause
of
they
dollars.
No,
vetoed
you're
you.
right,
I mean,
Chris. They can afford
Yeah,
to
they
do
making
it,
billions
but
of
they're not
dollars.
gonna
No
do that.
doubt.
Right.
But
It's a
you talking one game? That's every player.
I think you just got vetoed, Chris.
Yes.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, no, I can see
It's
it.
all-
The
You're
winners-
right.
the
They
winners
make
get
enough
the
money.
The winning team.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how
So
many
15
people
people.
is that?
Yeah,
15?
whatever, 12.
There's 15 players on the roster, right? There's 15
They had
players on the
8
roster.
players
On the
on-
roster,
Oh,
right?
now
on
they
the
do.
roster this year.
Yeah. It was 12, but
Right.
it was 24. Right.
No.
All right, Chris. I think you got vetoed. I mean, you know,
I mean,
I
it's
know.
not us. It's the NBA is
No.
gonna veto it,
Hey,
but still.
I tell you, right into the NBA and see what they tell you.
yo, Chris.
Yeah.
Put it in
Yo,
the
Chris.
question box.
You know, just get the petition. We'll sign.
Here you go.
I know,
No,
right? I
seriously.
should do that.
Seriously, Chris, do the international versus the U.S. and it'll
I
change
think
the
that'll
whole
work.
complexion.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you because
that's the
then now
game.
it'll be personal. It'll be
Right.
more personal.
It'll be
Represent the
definitely-
country.
Definitely.
Represent the country. I get it. They should do it.
It just did it
They
for
should do
hockey,
it.
and hockey had a big thing with that 4-nation thing. It was
You know how
real
much money
big.
they made? You know how much money they made by doing that?
Crazy.
And if you saw in those hockey games, they wasn't bullshitting.
No,
They
hell
were
no,
knocking
was
the shit
playing
out of
hard.
each other.
That was good.
They was
Alright,
playing
They were
hard.
putting each other
Alright.
up, man.
All right, wait a second, kids. It's a family show. So hold on to
I'm
the
sorry.
extra
I'm
minute.
sorry.
All right,
I'm
so
sorry.
let's-
Pardon me.
So,
They were beating their behind.
No, it was
sounds
right,
good.
because before that, when they was playing regular hockey, they had to change the whole All-Star game. Even in hockey, they went to a 3-on-3 game because the
That's
regular
right.
game was nonsense, just like the NBA game was.
All right,
That's right.
So yeah, Franco said it's a bad look, especially when the NHL had a competitive format. I believe the race card comes into play. Not necessarily, but you might be onto something. So
No, they need to do it.
One
So-
thing you gotta understand: the NBA is not in no competition with no NHL. They could care less. They
And-
make more money, way more money.
and maybe it's more like the Pro Bowl where they're playing two-hand touch in the Pro Bowl.
I don't.
They playing flag football now.
Yeah,
Flag.
two-hand touch.
Well, they play flag football, but I mean, you
Because
know,
that game was
they
always
knew
a
they
joke.
had to give up the
Right.
Pro Bowl. They had to because
See,
nobody
right.
was hitting nobody.
It's
Ain't
not
nobody
even
gonna hit
about
nobody.
that. You gotta understand
Yeah.
something about football. You can't play with that game. You can't go halfway.
Right.
You either gotta go all or nothing. So if they
That's right.
That's a different thing. If you're not gonna play that game because you're
That's how you
risking
get
an
hurt.
injury, then it's good that they do flag football. It's very
Yeah.
good that they do that.
I would like to go back like 50 years when they first started playing that Pro Bowl and see if them guys was knocking each other around.
Back
in
in
the
the
house.
days, everybody was, yeah.
But yeah, Chris,
That's
we're gonna
true.
let you go, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Of course.
My
Of
man.
course. It's always good talking to you guys,
All
man.
right.
Always.
So
Always. I got
whenever
number
you
left for
ready-
all of y'all, man.
Whenever you ready to come in, just
Yeah, you
holler
got to
at me.
come in one time, Chris.
Yeah, I gotta come through, man. That sounds good, man. I'm gonna work it out, man, because
All
I know
right.
it's on Mondays. I think my next vacation is probably in May. If I got nothing to do, I'll let y'all know, and I'll probably come through.
Hold up, bro. You still working? I thought you was out of here.
You know what? See, you didn't have to go there, bro. I'm too young, man. I'm too young. I'm sorry, sir.
And Tony China Ferguson, no doubt.
Yo, Chris.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yo, Chris, to come back to that would be, yeah, this is an old man show and I'm still young. That's what you got to tell. That's how you talk to Dave when he tell you that.
You right, bro.
Don't
You
let
right, bro.
Serge
You got
write
that.
the
You
script,
absolutely right.
though,
I
all
gotta
right?
say
Write the
that next
script for
time.
you, Chris. Don't
write
worry.
the script. All
I'll
right.
slow Dave down for you.
Serge don't have
Well,
enough
listen, y'all.
smoke for this.
It was
All
good
right.
talking to you. Y'all be good,
All
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 right?
right, my brother, be good. Thanks
All
for
right.
calling.
All right, be safe, Chris.
No problem. Y'all be good,
All
fellas.
right, peace.
All right.
Later.
All right, so
He's still been doing it.
So right quick, I was gonna try to pull it up, but I was looking at it, and 40 years ago, 1985 All-Star game. The starting lineup for the East was Michael Jordan, Isaiah, Bird, Julius Erving, Moses Malone. For the West, it was Ralph Sampson, Adrian Dantley, Kareem, George Gervin, and Magic Johnson.
Right.
So that was the All-Star game where
Crowd voted
Isaiah.
on that team. Right?
Yes, and that was the All-Star game where Isaiah supposedly froze Michael out. That was also where Michael won the slam dunk. And the participant in the slam dunk contest was Dominique, Dow Griffith, Terrence Stansfield, Michael Jordan, Stansbury. Right, I'm sorry. Stansfield, somebody else.
Stansbury got robbed.
Right.
That was in Chicago.
Yes, but I mean, it was just so much. Ralph Sampson happened to win the MVP that year. They beat the West. The West beat the East, 140-129.
Right.
But I mean, it was just so many things. But again, what happens now is the money aspect that changes the culture of the game.
Right. They make much less money.
Well, let me ask you this question on that. What is the All-Star game supposed to be about?
For the fans.
For the
fans.
It's
entertainment.
No, that's what you
for
get.
the fans.
You get it on the head.
Entertainment for the fans.
You're supposed to do this for the kids, for the fans. You know what I'm saying? For the kids, most of the times, or the fans, whoever. That's what it's supposed. It's not about you. You making it. You might get incentives on your contract, make a little extra money, whatever. You made it fine, but this is supposed to be a day for the fans. You're supposed to give the fans their day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they got. It shouldn't. These guys, like you said, they're making all that money, and you want to make it about yourself. Give something back to the people that come into these games, especially today, spending how much these ticket prices cost. Right. You know what I'm saying? Give it back to them. That's what it should be, man.
Right.
Give them a game.
Go ahead, Matt.
What's going on, family? How y'all doing up there in New York, man?
What up, Matt?
My brother, how you doing?
Yo, it's always good to hear y'all, man. Absolutely always good to hear y'all. Shout out to my man, Chris White. I see you out there, Chris.
All right.
I see you down here in Georgia, man. I remember, back in the day, 20-something years ago, man, we was in a league, and I used to pass that brother. He used to hang out on the three-pointer range and whatnot, and knock them down, man. So it was great memories seeing Chris again, man. You keep doing your thing up there, Chris. All right. What I wanted to say real quick. Yes, as far as the NBA, they have to take away that corner three-pointers. It's killing the game. I don't know if y'all heard Channing Frye.
Shannon.
I heard him.
He said something.
He chimed in on how the game is being destroyed or whatever it is. Comparison players from the 80s and the 90s to this generation. I mean, listen, the players are better athletically to me. They're doing more things. They're shooting and raining threes, but it's killing the game because you don't see the city players like the guards that used to be coming from New York City, break down and shake down and get to the hole. Take away the three-pointers and whatnot, and you can still have that athleticism on the court and make the top three-pointers 20, 30-footers, So if you need a three, you'll get a three. There's a lot of people averaging like 25 points a game that wouldn't be averaging that if they was playing in the 80s and 90s because they didn't shoot three-pointers like that. But, it's destroying the game to me, It really is.
So let me ask you right quick. Do you think the athletes are bigger, better, and stronger today, or?
I do, man.
So that's
I do. The things that
do you think they're bigger, better, stronger?
I can tell you this: they're not smarter.
I say that
they're not smarter.
They
I can tell you that.
They don't play with the physicality they played back in the days,
right? Because the NBA is not letting them be physical. So when you're not physical and you don't have a chance of hand checking and getting away of, and you're, they want 3-point shot. These guys is pulling up 6, 7, 8, 7-footers is pulling up 3-pointers. The guy's 7'4" on Oklahoma City. He's got a 3-point shot. So the game has changed. It's not good for me. I like the 80s and 90s basketball. Bring back the physicalness and let me see what you got. If you can break down and shake down 2 or 3 people, I mean, that's what I want to see. Is destroying the game.
Man,
calling for physicality.
The thing is, as long as you have a 3-point line, You're never going to go back to that game ever again. You said put it out to 30 feet. You're going to have big guys shooting from 30 feet. It's not the distance.
Take it away.
What you got?
It is. Hold on. It is a distance because if you just keep it at the top, 30 feet, and nowhere on the side where everybody is spread
I
out.
Get that, but
now,
my thing is, no matter where you put it at, they're gonna still shoot it. It's not gonna change.
Yeah, but if it's only at the top,
take it away. Period.
No, but I see what he's saying. If you make it just that arc of,
I know they were talking about that.
Everybody's out there, and everybody would be out there. That's too crowded up there now. You know
right. So
would be out there. Is you could
no,
run up.
Then you gotta shoot tools because that line, the baseline line is gone.
Right.
That's
I get that.
Right. 30 foot.
That's unnecessary.
30 footers is going to look like a bad shot if you coming down and you pulling up 30 and you're missing. So every possession, every team is spreading out to the perimeter. You don't see nobody posting in the paint anymore. It's like they don't want 2 points.
I agree with you. It's bad basketball.
If they don't change the line like what you want, I've always what I've been preaching is to limit the amount throughout the game. Give them 35 to 40 a game. Therefore, now it's got to be more strategic.
How you gonna do that?
Right.
You can't. No, you can't.
You can't?
You can't tell a team you can only shoot 30.
If they make it an NBA rule,
no, you can't do
43s a game.
They could. Why they can't do that? There was a such thing as a legal offense and a legal
like
you.
Yeah,
they could do that.
Saying, well, you can only do 20 layups in a game. The rest got to be jumping. It is.
No. Nothing like that. Nothing like that.
I can only shoot 33s in a game.
It's not the
You
same
can't
thing.
do that.
All right.
You can't do that.
We'll see 10 years from now.
You can't do that.
Well, they better do something because this game is.
From a certain area on the court.
The NBA is listen to me. The NBA is constantly changing their rules.
Yeah, but you can't You can't restrict a team telling me how many shots I can take on the court, anywhere on the court.
You're saying that now, but if they add that rule, what are you going to say?
That the game will be done.
No, it would not.
The game will be done.
It would bring back post.
The game will be done.
It would bring back.
If anything, take the 3-pointer out altogether.
So that doesn't work neither.
So wait,
that would make
no. Altogether, I don't think that's a good idea.
So
I don't think that's a good idea.
Get your post play.
So
you're gonna tell somebody
why wouldn't it work? It worked.
You guys just said
you know why it won't work?
It worked until the
everybody
70s
can't.
when they changed it.
You guys said that we wasn't going backwards. That's going backwards.
No,
so wait,
right.
So when they get
it's going backwards.
What sport did you ever hear with a team you limiting where I can shoot on the court?
So
that don't even make sense.
So what happens when they get to the limit and they shoot, and then what happens?
No, this is what makes the game more strategic.
You're not answering the question. If it's up to 40, wait. So even if you shoot it, it's gonna still be 2 points.
Right, everything's a 2 now. Everything's a 2.
No. It should be some threes, but it should be far out to where it looks like a bad shot.
No,
you know,
it does make
like
sense.
that. There's no X's and O's coaching anymore. You know, it don't seem like anymore. Everything is on the perimeter, but you know,
that's it. Like if you shoot it, like you wasn't gonna get no
points. If you make the basket, it's still a point. It's still 2 points, but you shot it from far.
All game, I'm shooting the threes. So now I'm over 40. I'm over 40 shots.
And you
so
hit your limit.
Right.
So you're
now
making
you
a
gotta
shot.
play
That used to be a
so now you gotta
a 2.
Right. So now you gotta do your whole strategy has to change.
Mongo,
that game ain't happening.
if you keep a score, everybody out to keep a score. That's 1 for Todd and a -1 for you.
He ain't the
All
NBA. Listen, he's not the NBA.
-1 for you.
Nah, only because he raised
He's not the NBA.
only because he raised his
He's not the
octave.
NBA.
Only reason why he got the point he raised his octave.
You'll never see that in your lifetime. You'll never see that in your
It
lifetime.
wasn't. It wasn't.
I think we all agree something has to change in order for the NBA to sustain where they at right now. I believe they did it just for the international competition and to bring the international world, and they got what they wanted. But I don't know. Here in the United States, the game has changed to the point where, you know, pick up basketball games. Everybody's launching 3-pointers and whatnot. No, it's just bad for the game. Shout out to my big brother out there, Anthony Green.
somewhere in New York up
Yeah.
north, man, getting ready to come down here. We're gonna watch the game and
And it's
do
cool.
it up when he
He
come
says
down
not
here.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
I ain't got to see that.
That's all I
Because
wanted
you
to
took
say.
your side.
And
Of course.
yeah, here's one more thing. I think although Draymond Green was right, and I get it about this year, but the NBA did acknowledge that they needed to do something about the All-Star game, and I think it was a change in the right direction. So it was bad this year, but I think it was a change in the right direction. That's all I had to say, because I know your hotline is burning up right now. So, I just wanted to get my little 2 cents in.
We
All right?
appreciate you.
No
Appreciate
doubt,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Matt.
Yo,
I don't
one love
think
up
we need
there,
to
man.
get that back
I
out.
love the immense knowledge that y'all bring every day, and well, not every day, every Monday. And Superstar, send me that link, man. We can talk after this on that new link that
All right.
the next stop to the first stop to the next
We're
stop.
gonna
All right,
work on. All right. Thank you.
all right, fellas.
All
All
right,
right,
peace.
All right,
Warren.
man.
Later.
All right, later.
All right, so Ant said thanks for showing them that message, cause right. But I mean, so if you just really think about it, though, you limited somebody, prohibited somebody. So next thing you'd be saying is, oh, you can't score 200 points. If
The rules change, just like
But-
they got a 17th game now in football. You
but
know what I'm saying?
but
That's
you
not a
That's
rule.
changed.
But you don't
That's not a
prohibit-
No,
rule.
he's talking about the stats.
That's
but you
not a rule.
prohibit.
He's talking about stats.
But you
You
said
said
you're
17
prohibiting
games, that's
right,
somebody.
not
because
rule.
that changes.
That's not a rule.
What I'm saying is it changes the stats. Like
That's
he's
all
bring-
about money, bro.
He's still bringing up stats.
That's all about
I'm
money.
comparing the stats. It don't matter. Once the stats is there, the
All
stats
right,
is there.
caller.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, first of all, I would like to say good afternoon to you, my brothers.
Ant Green. Go ahead.
What's up,
Yeah,
my brother?
What's up, Green?
As my brothers, man, especially the dark skinned one on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
What up, my brother?
He's answering.
I'm
to
good,
it now,
brother
too.
Todd. It's always good to see you and hear your presence, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I want to give a shout out to my big
Hold on,
brother
Ed,
Matthew.
hold on.
This
Call
big
back.
brother Matthew.
Wow, wow.
I'm talking about Anthony Williams.
Oh,
Ant Williams, if you hear me, hold on. Just give us a second. Go ahead. Give us a second,
Okay.
Ant. Call back. Go ahead, Ant.
You want me to call back?
No.
You keep
Other
talking.
Anthony.
Oh, all right. Well, shout out my brother Matthew, also my big brother Matt. We're gonna be hanging out soon when I get down there. But let's just jump right into it. I don't see no problem with the game with these guys shooting 3-pointers or nothing like that. It's not taken away from the game. It's just the game ain't gonna stay the same like it was back then. They changed the fouls. They changed a lot of things around in the game. As long as they balling and they trying, it ain't gonna take away because the intensity of the game is still there. Last year there was a lot of intensity there because I watched the Knicks. I loved them. Todd, you made a great point about the bench player with Alec Burke and these guys and stuff like that. They mixed the chemistry because they had to fix the offense because they did lose 3 players from the offense. Basically, Hart stepped in. You lost Randall and DiCincenzo and everything. So it's like, okay, so we got to change around the starting lineup. Did they have to tweak the bench? I guess they tweaked the bench enough to their likings to think that they can be out there and do whatever they can do with the bench. But at the same time, though, all I can say is this much, that I like what the Knicks is doing. Solid 3rd place. Can they make room? They're going to have to make room for somebody. Dave, we spoke about it, about them getting another player in there and possibly losing Bridges. I think Giannis got the Lakers written all over. He got Lakers or Dallas written all over him. They're going to make a big move for him.
Your heart, Mungo. You broke Mungo's heart saying that about Giannis to the Lakers.
I know damn well he ain't going to get nobody going that soup kitchen down there in the Nets area. Ain't nobody going over there, bro. Ain't nobody going to sign with them. If you don't draft them, ain't nobody going there. Ain't nobody going there,
Listen,
bro.
if we
I hate to break your heart, man, but I'm going to do it anyway. Your team going to suck into the end of times, bro. That's just the bottom line. Whatever y'all draft, that's what it is. Ain't nobody going to sign with the Nets. And just be honest, who wants to go to the Nets now? Nobody. You think Anthony Edwards is going to leave his squad to go to the Nets? No.
It's New York.
No,
Anything's
it's not
possible.
Free agents. I'm talking about trading.
Yeah, you can trade somebody in there and they're gonna go there. But
Okay,
other than that,
okay.
as soon as the trade is over with, they're gonna
Money's
leave.
money,
As soon
kid.
as their contract over with,
All
I'll
right,
leave.
Coach Kurt
Hey,
said the
man.
Lakers have nothing to offer the Bucks. So I mean,
The Lakers ain't never got nothing to offer, but they always
Exactly. We
And
talking
they
about
get
3.
players.
We talking about 3 a.m.
They
phone
get
calls.
players. I don't
Kurt.
know what the hell kind of magic the Lakers got, but they get players.
It's amazing they got nothing to offer, but they keep getting players.
Right.
They keep getting players for some reason. They get what they need.
Right.
And
Kurt be obeying.
I can see
obeying
Giannis.
the rules.
If Giannis stay on the East
He
Coast,
hates LeBron. That's what it's about.
maybe the
I don't
Knicks,
know
but I
who
think
he
Miami will make a play for him. I think Dallas is gonna make a play for him. I know the Lakers is gonna make a play for him. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. But I will say this much though: the Nets ain't even in category. Their name ain't even being mentioned.
You know, I would have confidence in what you said, but then the 49ers didn't do what you said they were gonna do.
Oh,
So
See,
I
there
can't,
you go.
I can't
There you
believe
go.
what you
See,
said
why we
now.
got to go back to football? Why we got to go back to football?
I needed
See?
a reference.
This is-
The resume.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
looking at your past
Why,
resume.
my team was injured. Your team wasn't injured.
Okay.
Look where y'all at.
Okay.
Look where y'all at. Your team wasn't injured.
All right.
I told you from the beginning with your team,
I'm
right?
saying I just
Y'all
need to look at
surprised
your
a lot
resume,
of people. Y'all
so
even
I
surprised
can't trust
yourselves
what
when
you're
you made the
saying.
playoffs. You
I'm just
surprised
saying I
yourselves
can't
and made
trust
the
what you're
playoffs.
saying because of your
But
previous
as usual, you was one and done. I didn't even want to talk about football today, but you brought it up. I don't want to talk about your team. I didn't want to talk about your team.
He
Your team
couldn't
is
help
trash.
himself.
I know your team is trash, and it's just the bottom line. Marco, let me ask you a question. I want you to be honest. Do you actually think that the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to make the playoffs next year, or you even think the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to win the division next year?
I don't know what's going to happen. It's too early.
Do you
to
think
tell
your
right
team
now.
going to win that division?
I don't know what's going to happen. It's too early
Yes
to
or
tell
no?
right now.
All
I
right.
got to see them in preseason to make a
I hate to
judgment.
do this. But by a show of hands in that room, does anybody think Mongo team is going to win that division?
Win the division?
Yeah.
No.
Going to win
No.
his division where they at right now. They're going to
No.
win the division.
No.
I don't want to
Absolutely
jump
not.
out the window and say nothing when I know my team ain't gonna make it, win that division, or
You know what I'm saying?
or even
Your
make the
team not
playoffs.
your team not only going to not win the division, y'all not going nowhere.
All right.
Y'all not going to surprise nobody in the first round and do nothing. The team is trash.
All right, now with
I
that,
don't talk about football
Yeah,
no more.
yeah,
He
yeah.
put that on
yeah,
himself.
so let's switch it up. If you had to pick right quick, NBA, who you think gonna win the championship? Who would you say?
Boston.
All right. All right,
Boston.
so I don't want to I don't
I
want to rush you. I don't want to rush you off, but we did have somebody else want to get in.
Yo,
so-
you know what? You brothers do your thing, man. Because
All right.
I'm not gonna say much more. I'm not gonna support them other people down there because they'll never answer the phone.
We
on ESPN,
appreciate
but
you though.
I call here. Only reason why I call because y'all answer the phone. That's it.
Yeah.
Your brothers be good, man.
All right,
All right, my brother Green. Good hearing from you, bro.
Later, Green.
All right,
Always,
thank
brothers
you.
be.
All right, peace.
Yes, sir.
All right, so check it out, Mongo. We got to sort of catch you up, really, because like, all right, so you missing it with the shot selection, regardless.
No, I want to ask you a
No, I'm
question.
not.
Yes,
Where,
you are.
where did you get that from?
Shout out to
From
Kev
here.
Parker.
Huh?
From here.
That's
Yeah.
dangerous.
All right, Ed, give us a call
That's
back. Ed.
dangerous.
Call us back. Roll
That's
it back, Ed.
dangerous.
No, it's not dangerous. It's empty.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Let me say this.
Go ahead and say
Because I
it.
said this last week. What I mentioned just now is damn, what's the word? It's one of those proposals they have.
Who?
It's the NBA. It's slightly off from what I said, but it's a proposal that
Show
they
me.
have.
Show me. I want you to show me that.
Yeah, well, realistically speaking, so if they have a record for making threes, why would they just
I can never.
streamline
I can
it and
never.
stop?
I can't fathom that
they have
saying.
records
No,
for
that's what I'm
somebody
saying.
making
That,
threes.
it's just like
You-
when I said the NFL. You got the stats is the stats.
No,
it.
that's the stats is the
You know what I'm
stats.
saying?
Whatever. If somebody did it in 14 games or 17 games,
right.
if that's what it was in the
Right.
during the
All right.
time we played,
Right.
so
Those are
be it.
just
All right.
So
right.
be it.
All right, Ed, what's up? This is this call for Mongo?
Yo, what up, my brothers?
All right.
This is Alex
Rhetoric.
What's
Scott.
going on, yo?
Yo, my brother Margo.
It is for him.
That means you are.
Listen.
My boy Game Boy. That's Game Boy over there.
Yeah, he's talking to you.
Yeah.
What's up? Who's that?
That's
What's
it.
good, man?
Oh, what's good?
Yo, Game Boy. Yo, man, I don't know, man. You slipping. You cannot change the 3-point situation where you're going to put a limit on these brothers shooting, man. That's just not going to happen. You talk about 10 years from now, yeah, they might change the physicality of the game, but telling them a limitation on shots, nah, it ain't going to happen.
If they're trying to get the popularity back in the game and also encourage more post-game play, that's up. That can be up for proposal. I'm looking for it now.
All right, but check it. The 90s, like you got, and I agree with y'all brothers, the 80s and the 90s, it was more physical. You come down the lane, they're going to hit you. You can't even hand check no more. So you pushing the game out to the perimeter. So this is what the league has become. A shooter's game.
And half of these guys can't even shoot, which is even terrible. Shoot threes. Like, they terrible.
I agree, Greg, but they're going to keep throwing it up. So the more they throw up, they pattern the stat. They're not going to take away the 3-point shot. It's just impossible.
That's
right.
Do you know what's crazy? Honestly and truthfully, I think that what's going to really happen is that they're going to go with that. What's that big 3 where they put the circles where you can get 4 points instead of 3 points?
That makes sense.
That'll be something that the NBA will do before they limit how many shots you could take.
Right.
I agree.
The NBA is so crazy. Like you said, they done shifted the whole game away from interior to perimeter.
Right.
That they're going to do even more to shift it, and it'll be even worse than it is right now, in my opinion.
You got my boy.
It's not going to be better. The only way it'd be better if you get rid of it.
Next thing you know, 5
Right.
points.
You got Porzingis shooting threes. When Benyama shooting threes, they're not going to take that away.
No, they're not going
So
to
they
take
want
it.
to see them big boys.
But they need to. They need to just do away with the whole 3-point line, and that'll change the game. No, it'll make the game better because then the game will be more about guys having to go to the hole.
Going backwards. Listen to this. You said it's going backwards doing that. They're talking about shrinking the 3-second lane.
Right,
again.
but
that's going backwards. So they used to be.
This is what I'm telling you. These are the proposals.
But that's okay to go backwards. But
I'm just seeing that.
I'm just seeing that, and that's it.
So, Ant,
that's going backwards.
Okay.
So, Ant, if you had to pick a team to win the championship off the top of your head today, who would you take?
Cleveland.
Okay.
That's not out the realm of possibility either.
Good. That's good. So, I mean, we getting close to the end. So, anything else you want to share with us? I know you're saying a prayer for Mongo, but anything else?
I can say a prayer until it happens.
It's never gonna happen. So,
Yo,
you neither.
Yo, they got that song, Mongo, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
And I'm looking at that stuff you showing me. You can't
Not gonna happen, bro.
change the game. You gotta leave the game the way it is. The players, the guys, the commission, them trying to change the rules. The player's gonna have to change the game, not these rules and what he's trying to implement. It's gonna have to come to the players.
All right. I got all the look, I got all 12 point. I mean, all 3-point solutions here. I'm gonna name off the headlines.
Let's go.
So listen. The first one. Let me get to it. Eliminate the 3-point line altogether. That's number 12. Make dunks worth 3 points.
That's what I said earlier.
All right. Move the 3-point line back. That's number 10.
That ain't gonna help.
Number 9. Cap the number of allowable 3-pointers. All right, that's me.
What number is that?
That's number 9.
Where'd you get
Number
this from,
8.
though?
Add 4.
Those are proposals, supposedly.
Right, these are proposals.
Continue.
Because you know they gotta have meetings. Add a 4-point line.
That's
allow hand checking behind the arc. Now that sounds real too.
That makes sense too.
Yeah, that might make the most sense. Eliminate corner threes entirely. That's
Well, they talked
Matt.
about that. They
That's
talked
the
about
baseline.
that. We heard that.
Allow teams to draw their own 3-point lines. I don't know how that works.
Nah.
Shrink the lane. I think you just
Yeah, I
said
just
that,
said
right?
that. They told shrink the lane.
Right.
So they can have more post play.
Widen the court. Make the 3-point line uniform.
Oh,
Okay.
be the same
But
all
see-
the way around.
Right.
Right.
But see, then
But
that
now you gotta
changes
change the court,
dimensions of the
right.
court.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said that's something I thought they wouldn't do, but that's number 3. Number 2, introduce a technical foul for the 3 in the corner.
Yeah.
And number 1, change the scoring system. So my
They gonna
proposal's on there.
They're gonna mess up the game with
With
those
along with
rules.
11 other rules that
I'm just
Yo-
saying.
Those
yours
things
is
will
number
make-
9, but
yo,
it should be
yo,
number
Mongo.
13.
They got-
But it
They
ain't.
might as well go
Silver
back. They
gotta
might as well
be
go back to
careful
the high.
that he
high
don't
class
who's
and the-
proposing
the
that?
short shit, man.
Let me read
Who's proposing that?
Let me read the summary.
That's what Silver's thinking. I guess talking to the owners or whatever, whoever they talking to. But he's gonna destroy the game.
I mean, they gotta have these meetings. So
No, they
nothing-
got. I get to having
you
a
can't
meeting
have-
with the owners.
right, but you can't
But-
have a meeting and then limit what people
But
thinking about.
if you
Everything got to
keep-
come out
If
to
you
see which
keep-
one's
if
the best.
you keep trying to change this game, it's gonna never be the game that it was meant to be, and that's what I'm talking about.
Kurt
Right,
said they
but-
changed
but-
the lane before with Will. Yo,
They
Ant,
tightened it.
we'll let
Right,
you go
right,
because we
you
got to
made it
wrap it
bigger.
up.
Yeah, good talking
Yeah,
to you,
thanks for
brothers, man.
calling, brother.
All right, then.
All right.
Call you
All
back
right, be
and tell
good.
you.
All right. Talk to you later. Peace.
You do
All right,
you
peace.
do you do too much tweaking and changing this or whatever. My thing, who you should have meetings with, is the players
Mhm.
to play the game the way the game was meant to be played.
Mhm.
You keep doing these rule changes, you're gonna have guys who knew this game, who played this game, gonna be like us, be disinterested. Who want to watch? It's like watching the circus now.
Right,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't want that to become a circus.
right.
You know what I mean? You got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo,
so
bro.
let me just say this right quick. So in over the years, they treat football with the touching and always the flag. They treat baseball with putting somebody on second base, and they
That's horrible.
they treat basketball. So over the years now, as we look at it reflectively, did they change it for the better for us, or they changed it for the worse? If you look at the 3 major sports, and I mean,
I think the purists of each sport, who's ever the baseball purist, football, basketball, I think most of them don't like the changes. You
Well-
know what I mean? Nobody likes that kickoff rule.
change is
Right.
something that
You know, they
people really don't embrace well.
This is the crazy thing. They say they don't do the kickoff no more for what?
Safety.
Injuries, right? Didn't hurt.
Yeah, safety.
But next year they talking about adding another game to go to 18 games. So do they really care about the safety?
No.
They
keep adding games.
talking out of 2 sides.
Right. Come on, man. Come on, man.
All right.
You know, that rule in baseball about when it gets all about putting that guy on second base, that's horrible. To me, that's horrible. You
I
guys
agree.
are more baseball people more than me.
I
I think
agree.
that's horrible.
I
I
agree
do
with you.
so.
You
I
know,
do
let's
too.
play you played the game, the whole game, the 9 innings the way you played it, and now it gets to overtime and we gonna change how we
Slotting
play.
somebody on the base.
Come on, man. Get out of here.
Some people
Get out of here.
some people benefit and some people don't.
Man. No.
Yeah, they did
So-
that to shorten the game up
Right,
because they don't want no more 18-inning games.
right.
Which I could see in a way, but still, it is crazy. But I mean, when you think about it, when you say the purists, the people who really love the game and remember the game the way it was, we're being phased out.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not the ones that they trying to get
To attract
money from anymore. It's the
Exactly.
younger crowd,
Yeah.
Right.
which is why they change everything to look like a video game instead of a real game.
What it
You got
is.
that right.
That's the
You
problem.
got that
That's
right.
the problem.
You got that right. I agree with you.
We don't
100%.
count. I'll be honest with you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it out there. We don't count
That's
because
true.
what we think is in the past. These young kids, it's like they said, it's a TikTok mentality now. Everything is 15 seconds. These kids don't have the focus to stay on a football game for 60 minutes. All they want is what Mungo said earlier. They'll watch the condensed game. Give me
Right.
all the highlights, 10
Right.
minutes of highlights, and
Right.
I know exactly what happened. I don't have to watch all the other boring stuff as
Yeah.
far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
We appreciated all that
That's right.
stuff. They don't.
That's
So
right. You're right about that.
it's a sad situation, but it is how it is.
All right, yo. Well, it's getting close to time, so I know we were supposed to cover some baseball, so right quick, if anybody want to say anything, add anything about Mets, Yankees, right quick, let's do it.
I know. Every time that kid was on the Mets, I don't know why I can't think of people's names today. My mind is gone. That came from the Yankees.
Soto.
Every time he hits a home run, Dana and Serge.
I'm tight too. I know, sir.
Y'all was crying up. Y'all ain't that
You saw what I said, right?
The first at
I
bat.
thought about Serge.
Yo, some guys happy. I was home crying, yo. I said it's gonna be a long season for these guys.
You saw it.
It's gonna be a long season for these guys. Every time he hits a
Shout out
home
to
run,
Bernard Hall.
I didn't see
Alright.
the text. I seen
you didn't see the text?
I seen the highlight. And I said, "Oh wow!"
No,
And I thought
but
of
they
Serge.
put
I
it
was
back.
like,
They
wow.
put the text. I was crying.
Dana said F Soto.
Yeah.
And then I said, you shouldn't feel that way. You should be happy that, he's moving on and that he's going to help the Mets win the World Series. And then right after that, I said, oops, I fell and hit my head. You're right. F Soto.
Yeah, I was cracking up. I said it's gonna be a long season.
It's gonna be a
for the
long
Yankee
season.
fans.
Coach
Every
Kerr
time
said
he hit a
it
home run.
It is.
Coach Kerr said, "Let's go Mets."
I
There you
bet.
go. I know he did. Yeah, it's gonna be rough
It's gonna
watching
be
that
a
guy.
long one,
It
boy.
really is. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, they cracked me up that time. I'll tell you.
I ain't gonna lie. It's
Alright.
gonna be rough.
Well, I'm gonna wait till Coach Kirk get back next week, so we'll just spin it. So other than that, let's just say goodbyes. And I thought it was a great show. We ain't solved nothing, but
Kirk said Pittsburgh is boring.
Yeah, I see that.
yeah.
Mets versus Yankees taking so loud.
He's at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I see that. I see.
All right, so all right,
I got no comment right now.
all right. So let's start Magnificent 646.
Oh man, it's good to be back in the house with my brothers, man. I had a great time, man. I had a great time. Hopefully, I see Kurt next week.
Yeah, don't foul Mongo. Janine said good evening and have a good week, fellas. Janine Smith, shout out to her.
Hey, what
No
up,
doubt.
Janine?
Shout out to my cousin
Thank you,
William
thank
Wilson, and my uncle and Anthony Harris. Shout out to him.
You got too
All right.
many family members.
No doubt, no
Can't keep
doubt.
up with them.
As long as they watching, that's good.
Yeah, I see.
All right, Mongo.
Yeah, we had a great show. Thanks a lot, y'all. Kurt, we seeing you next week, dude.
G Money.
Great show. Good for everyone listening. Everybody have a good week and blessed day.
What's up?
Yeah, thank you, everybody. We really do appreciate y'all supporting us. And like Greg said, everybody have a great week.
All right, let's go, Knicks. Get a heart transplant or something. I just had to get James Berry. Had to get that in. All right. Well, yeah, we will be back next week. Appreciate everybody supporting us. It's first stop to the next stop. Shout out to Postel holding me down as always. And shout out to Coach Kurt. See you next week. All right, peace. I spoke to Post earlier. Here we go.
You still got 3 minutes, babe.
3 minutes, but it cut off early. It will cut off early. Cut off a minute, like a minute. I was
They having meetings.
No, I'm not saying that they not having me.